Friday night high school basketball here in the state of Iowa brings us to West Des Moines here for tonight's boy-girl doubleheader. It's the Valley Tigers taking on the Southeast Polk Rams. And it's first up are the girls. 10th ranked Valley taking on Southeast Polk. Valley 1-1 and Southeast Polk is 0-2. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here on this Friday night. A lot of fun basketball up ahead here at Valley High School. Both these two teams, a lot of higher aspirations for this year, Chris, but they have a couple new faces, some returning more than others, two well-seasoned coaches, at least in the last couple years for both these two teams. Tonight, it just sets up for both these two teams pretty even, all things considered.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we talked about this. It's early in the season, right? Everyone's trying to define who they are. Southeast Polk obviously hunting for that first win. Valley, their first Friday night home game. I think we're going to have really good energy in this building. A lot of young faces, a lot of really good talent out on the floor tonight.
Let's take a look at some of the players to watch for both teams. We'll start out with Southeast Polk. Brooklyn Ruddy, going to be a tough one to beat. So far, the sophomore, 12.5 points per game in just 2 games, 4.5 rebounds, 2.5 steals per game. You're going to notice tonight, Chris, a lot of these players are young. That's expected for both teams like this, but Brooklyn really stands out. Southeast Polk likes what they have in her.
Yeah, excited to watch her play. You can see she does a little bit of everything. She can shoot a little bit, put it on the floor, creates good opportunities with rebounds and steals, you know what I mean? So she plays the overall game. Really good young player.
For the other side, for the Valley Tigers, Tylee White has been one of the top players that Valley's had since she was a freshman because she started since she was a freshman. She has been really solid this year here already for the Valley Tigers in just 1 game. Her shooting, she would want to be just a little bit better, but overall, she sets herself up well for good positions. She's a sharp shooter, and Valley's going to need her tonight.
Absolutely. Got a chance to see her play a couple times last year, and kind of followed, you know, a little bit in the summer stuff, and I saw she was having a really good summer. I'm excited to see how much her game has grown. They have a lot of faces back from last year's team for West Des Moines Valley. I think they're going to have a really nice season this year.
It'll be interesting to see how everything shakes out here as the evening goes on. Again, it's a boy-girl doubleheader right into the heart of the CIML, pretty much when you get going in week number 1. It's number 10 Valley taking on Southeast Polk. We will be back with your starting lineups and opening tip-off. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's where...
Give me that one.
Excuse me, 15, Hallie Clark. And for Valley, number 12, Avery Moon.
Okay, here.
And for
This
South
one's
East
bigger.
Programs, number 34, Olivia Zuni. And for Valley Tigers, number 20, Olivia Adams. Rams are led by head coach Brad Johnson, and the assistant coaches are Corey Orcharding, Kevin Burton, and James Fett. Valley Tigers are led by head coach Matt Utah, and the assistant coaches are Ashley Adams, Jacob Cleveland, Marcus Miles, and Acton Riggs.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Welcome back here to Valley High School. Ready to get going here for this boy and girl doubleheader tonight for Iowa High School basketball. Blake Walker, Chris Larson with you here. Valley ranked number 10 in the girls basketball rankings just a couple days ago. 1-1 on the season. Opened the year with a win over number 10th ranked at the time, Cedar Rapids, Washington, 59-46. Fell short against Ankeny on Tuesday night, 65-46. Southeast Polk 0-2 to start the year. Lost over in Pleasant Hill, 67-63 to 5th-ranked Iowa City Liberty, so fought them close and then fell on the road to number 1 Johnson, 73-42. I think for both these two teams tonight, Chris, you're going to figure out what you got, at least in the early portions, because they match up so evenly.
Absolutely, and just, these early season games are so much about growth and then seeing if, maybe a loss on Tuesday night can lead to better play on Friday night. Two quality basketball teams right here. We're going to see some good action.
Valley will be in the white and the orange. Southeast Polk will be in the black and the gold trim. As we are set to go tonight from Valley High School.
Deciding how far they have to tuck their shirts in to make the referees happy.
Southeast Polk 2-0 against Valley last season. Since 2006, the Rams lead the series 16-12. So like we talked about, pretty even all across the board.
With some really good teams and players mixed in there in those years.
Two very good coaches in previous past. Coach Daly coached Southeast Polk for many years. Coach Segrist took those teams to the state tournaments. And now new eras in coaching with Brad Johnson at Southeast Polk and Matt Utah at Valley. There's a layup off the glass and good for Brooklyn Ruddy. We talked about her in the pregame. She scores the opening bell.
Beautiful execution. A couple ball reversals. Really nice slice cut there for Ruddy. Good entry pass and a good bucket.
A little bit of a press to start things for Southeast Polk. Valley will try to go quick. Here's a strong take to the basket, up and good by Bailey Uthoff. She's got the nose mask and all, but she makes it work.
Yeah, so played like a coach's kid right there. Put her head down, got to the hoop. Nice finish with the left hand.
Bailey's headed to Southwest Minnesota State to continue her basketball career. That one's off the mark. And Tylee White gets it poked away. Brooklyn Ruddy goes all the way, can't get the layup to drop though, but a good steal nonetheless.
Heads up. We said she does a little bit of everything. She's really hustling out there.
Three-pointer from the wing. Not going to drop that time for Olivia Adams, the junior. Now Southeast Polk's going quick, and swatted back is Uthoff up against Ruddy.
Really good transition defense there. Nice action so far, getting up and down the court.
Southeast Polk trying to get things pushed and get some points on the board. 52.5 points per game in their 2 games so far on average. Now the Rams get a chance for a throw-in play here. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's Love Smith going to work this one out to the outside.
Little 5-out offense, trying to spread them out a little bit.
Ruddy with a nice spin and turn. And as you can see, she is going to be the offense. She's the leading go-getter. 4.5 rebounds per game as well, 12.5 points per game. White tries to respond on the other end, not going to drop.
Got her again on the wing if she wants her. There you go.
Ruddy all the way to the basket, just shorts it on another transition basket, but Southeast Polk getting opportunities.
Yep.
Now Valley trying to respond with a three-pointer in the corner that drops in. Tylee White.
Yep. Really good transition offense right there. Olivia Adams actually with the dribble penetration and the kick to their great three-point shooter, Tylee White.
Tylee has struggled shooting to start the year, 6 of 24. Not normal for a player like her, averaging 9 points per contest. You expect a night like tonight where she can right the ship.
Absolutely.
Here's Love Smith with a quick first step to the basket. Got it partially swatted and is rebounded back away by Tylee White. They'll try in the corner for Carrie Rose, and she splashes home the three-pointer.
Last possession, it was White who was the recipient of the three. This time she dribble penetrates, kicks out to Rose for 3.
Back-to-back possessions with a three-pointer for the Valley Tigers, and now a double team at the top of the key. Forces Southeast Polk to get moving.
Valley has a little more length on defense right now. It seems to be giving Southeast Polk just a bit of problem.
Also feels like Ruddy's the only one attempting to take some shots. There she tried to back down on the inside. Turnaround jumper's not going to go that time for Olivia Toohey. Now Avery Moon, the senior, off glass, not going to drop.
And back and forth we go.
Love Smith all the way up the floor. Got the rebound off the miss. Can't get it to drop. Just a couple short jumpers missed here early by the Rams. Carrie Rose to the basket. Gets fouled on the way up, and we have our first stoppage in, I think, the whole game.
That was, you could see some legs starting to get a little bit heavy out there. Nice job by Valley. They've really gotten a good looks in transition. That time wasn't from the three-point line, but Rose was able to drive and earn the foul.
Carrie has been efficient from the free throw line this year, 6 of 7 in the 2 games so far. I say that now, and she misses it. I should have said nothing.
Carrie, it's not your fault. Put that one on Mr. Walker here.
She's another one for Valley, just trying to get the shooting percentage up. Just 1 of 11 from the floor this year, so the free throw line's where she's made most of her money.
Speaking of scoring punch, though, somebody who is not having trouble shooting the ball so far this year is Jenna Fuller, who comes in off the bench. Leads Valley in scoring.
Rose goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, and anytime you can get a player to come off the bench and that's your leading scorer,
yep.
When is it as a coach that you say, do I need to put her in the starting lineup or can I just hold back?
Well, I mean, I will tell you, I think it was always kind of a luxury you could have. So I think it just depends on your team, right? And maybe she's comfortable with it. But one thing that's nice is if you don't have your best start, then you know you always got a little juice coming in.
Love Smith gets that one down inside to the freshman Elise Bartels, and Love Smith knocks down the long three-pointer.
Good action there on the inside-out kick.
You got to look at a second of Elise Bartels, the 6'2 freshman. She's still got growing to do. She's going to be pretty big for Southeast Polk. There's a bucket that goes in on the end one attempt for Tenley Uthoff, the freshman.
Yeah, excellent. With the left again, right? That's twice.
Tenley will go to the line where she's 1 of 4 this year. She's 3 of 4 on three-point range, so that's her first 2-point field goal of the season.
I'm guessing Elise Bartels is the younger sister. They had a really good boys player. I think maybe my last year coaching over at Southeast Polk.
Gonna have a foul on the ground. Hallie Clark.
These are the good things right there. What you just saw, early season games. That's what coaches love. Is didn't box out on a free throw. That's a learning point, right? That's going to be one that's going to be clipped in film and talked about, and that's why teams get better as the season goes along.
Jenna Fuller, we just talked about her with the ball there for a second. Valley going to try to extend the lead here, 11-7, as Utah hands off to Rose for 3. That's off Moon. Skies for the rebound and punches it back out. Utah tries again and puts it in.
Yeah, really good energy. Southeast Polk's a little bit undersized, so they're going to have to do a better job making sure to box out and rebound here.
Asana Lovesmith,
nice.
Boy, great moves to the basket. It gets tipped out on the way up. Clean ball tip, and out of bounds it goes. Southeast Polk will get a throw in underneath.
Really good ball handling, though, by Lovesmith there.
The White sisters check in. Tylee and Talon. Talon, a freshman.
A couple sisters out there, don't we? Uh-oh.
Long arid pass and stolen away. And back the other way. High off the glass, not going to drop that time for for Talon White.
They're going to test you.
I was going to say, yeah. Talon's a little bit taller. It
Yeah.
listed as an inch taller than Tylee. Valley making shots, getting good looks here early. As Jenna Fuller tries to go all the way, it gets swatted but stays with the Tigers. A little bit more shifty than you'd expect.
Yeah, good player. Obviously comes from a rich family tradition of girls basketball with the Fullers.
Now you got a mismatch. You got Bartels guarding White. Here comes a three-pointer for Tylee White. Can't get the bounce off the top of the rim. And the Rams going to try to break their scoring drought here, as Brooklyn Ruddy has the ball back in her hands. Yasana Lovesmith for 3. Not going to drop that time. Valley's got numbers on the way back. 4-on-2. Tylee White to the basket, gets fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line.
I believe she had her sister there on the wing, but the older sister was like, I'll take that one. Going to get to the free throw line, see if she can get a couple points off that. One thing I want to keep in mind, watch some of these girls. You're talking about the shooting percentages. When they have their feet set and they as a team worked for good shots, let's keep an eye on how their shooting percentages go up. Because when they're coming off the move and they're kind of fading away, that's when your shooting percentages go down. So let's kind of keep an eye on. Part of your shooting percentage is actually your shot selection. So, especially with these young girls, I think it'll be really interesting to watch.
Tylee knocks down both from the charity stripe, extends Valley's lead. Ruddy just swings to a wide open Zutenhorst, and that won't drop.
It's a good look, though.
Valley's doing a really good job getting back as Jenna Fuller gets fouled on the way. I don't think she was shooting. Well, yes, she was shooting.
No, you're right. They've really found something there. They're getting pretty good looks when they push the ball in transition. Southeast Polk is having a little bit of trouble in their transition defense, especially a lot of those long three-pointers that they're shooting sometimes lead to long rebounds and runouts.
Jenna knocks down her first.
And I feel like they've been doing a pretty nice job from the free throw line as well.
Jenna shot a lot of free throws this year already, 8 of 13 coming in. And we talked about the 15 points per game.
Better job that time. Good job by Ruddy on the box out.
Rams trying to get going here, trailing by 10. Still early, or still somewhat time to go here in the first quarter. Ruddy takes a long three and misses off to the left. Again, the Tigers have numbers on the back, as there's a really nice fake to the basket by Olivia Adams, and she'll be rewarded back to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to get figured out if at least at the quarter break, if not before. That transition defense is really a problem for them right now. And let's compliment Valley, right? They're getting it and they're pushing hard, and they have, 5 or 6 different girls who are pushing it.
First free throw is up and good by Olivia Adams. We talked about coaching for Southeast Polk. Brad Johnson, the head coach. 3rd season here with the Rams, 19-28 record. Coached at Des Moines Christian before he came here. 179 wins and 42 losses. So make it 2 Des Moines Christian coaches in the last 5 years that are now coaching here in the CIML. As Adams knocks down both from the charity stripe. Timeout on the floor. It'll be a full timeout. Valley leads over Southeast Polk 19-7. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
As the seasons change, so should the colors in your garden and around your home. Nothing says fall like a splash of beautiful colors from the fall mums from Good Greenhouses. No one has a larger selection of gorgeous mums or better pricing, with sizes from small pots to large containers that are sure to make the neighbors jealous. For over 118 years, the Good family have grown and sold the best mums in Iowa in a rainbow of stunning fall colors. Come see for yourself, just north of Interstate 80 and only 8 minutes south of Ankeny.
In the timeout, Valley leads Southeast Polk 19-7 is your score. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. Talked about Brad Johnson and his crew talking over a couple adjustments here. We always talk about the CIML, Chris. It's a tough road, and a lot of these schools try to schedule tough. That's a given. Already Southeast Polk has played 2 ranked teams to start the year. After this, they play at number 12 Pleasant Valley, at number 11 Waukee. They get Marshalltown at home, who's 3-0. They got a good win over Newton last week. Then they go at number 6 Ankeny, and then at Northwest. First of all, it's a big road trip. 4 out of your next 5 games are on the road, including this one, obviously. You get tested here early. There's no surprise.
Well, and I think that's how they look at it, right? If you want to do good things, you're going to have to be able to get battle tested.
That pass a little hard and long to Olivia Toohey, who is waiting in the corner. Brooklyn Ruddy leads all scorers for Southeast Polk with just 4. Yasana Lovesmith has 3, and really those are the only 2 that have taken shots.
Well, and right now, Valley on the flip side has had several different girls score and create offense for them, right? It's not just the points, but they're creating offense for each other.
And good maul movement, really well put together. It's just kind of a nice collection of both. That one's shorted by Adams, but a throw ahead's a little lazy, and Valley with the steal. There's Tylee White from the corner, rims out.
Okay, I like that though on the dribble penetration. That was a good look. She was right on it.
Olivia Adams too far out in front and gets called on the foul. That is the first foul on Valley tonight. And it's not like Southeast Polk's really tried to initiate a ton of fouls tonight.
Right. I do enjoy the new foul rules, though.
Yeah.
It's nice they get to reset at the quarter, you know. I think that's been really good for the high school game.
Yeah, Valley's already in the double bonus, so you know what they're going to try to do in this next minute. Somebody was wide open in the corner, and it was Coach Matt Utoff. He's wearing black. He made it.
That's good strategy by the coach.
He made a fake motion of shooting, but miscommunication there as that Southeast Polk player thought Matt Utoff was in the game. He got a good laugh out of it.
Okay, what do we got here?
The Utoffs run into each other. There's Avery Moon. Haven't called her name a ton.
No.
Longtime starter here for Valley over the course of her 4 years. Tylee White gets a quick step to the basket and gets it to go.
Yeah, you can see on the defensive end for Southeast Polk that some of these young girls, you know, I bet they're going to be a much better defensive team as the year goes along.
Allie Clark got stuck in a double, tried to shoot through the double. Not a bad take, but boy, Southeast Polk has missed a ton down on the block.
See, off the ball, got to get in that help position if you're Southeast Polk. You kind of see on the weak side, a lot of they're kind of chasing their girl and they're not keeping an eye on where the ball is. And one thing we used to always say is the ball is still always the most important thing on the floor. Then your girl is the next important.
Utoff got fouled on the floor, but because of the double bonus, she'll shoot 2. And the first one rims out. Bailey's got 2 so far tonight. I tell you what, both teams go deeper into their bench, I will say.
That's what I was going to say. I'm impressed with both the depth on both teams. Really shuffling in. It's like a hockey line change, it feels like, every dead ball.
My hometown, Grinnell College, they'd sub every 35 seconds.
Right.
That's all you need to do. Utoff goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. About 6 Valley players have already scored for the Tigers. Just 2 players have scored for Southeast Polk.
Right in the middle. Good flash to the middle. Right idea, though, by Southeast Polk.
White got the steal, and then there was a hook and hold on the freshman Elise Bartels.
Too bad. I like to see that, though, from the young Southeast Polk team. They were doing the right thing, right? You get trapped there after half court. Somebody's got to flash middle. The right thing happened. It just wasn't executed correctly.
Tylee knocks down her first from the charity stripe.
Man, they are living on the foul line.
Tylee ranks 7th by Prep Hoops in next year's senior standings, as expected.
I
she
believe
has
that. Good player, good player.
Earned her stand. No college yet, no college decision yet. But definitely going to be getting a couple phone calls if she hasn't already.
Yep.
30 seconds here on the game clock in quarter number 1. It's been all Valley. Ruddy might have gotten away with the travel, but she makes it work and scores.
Yeah, really nice take. Got herself under control. You know, maybe slid the pivot foot, but they don't get them all. So I think sometimes too she did jump stop, right? And so sometimes the referees reward that.
White gets around Bartels all the way to the basket. Nicely done by Tylee White. Her quarter has just been really solid. She's at 11 total. 26-9, a almost perfect first quarter for the Valley Tigers. We'll be back for quarter number 2. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
This ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Quarter number 2 about to get going here at Valley High School, 26-9. 10th ranked Tigers lead over Southeast Polk. Tylee White, their star junior for the Tigers, 11 points already, taking command there at the end. And also, Chris, mind you, the free throw line was where Valley lived.
Let's see if anything different on the defensive end. Two things that Southeast Polk has got to shore up defensively. One, transition defense. Two, help side defense. So let's see if they can't make a couple adjustments like on that.
Here's White.
There you go.
Good
right
rotation
there
by Bartels, and there's the steal taken back for Southeast Polk. Here's a long pass ahead to Yasana Lovesmith, who gives it up to Ruddy. And Ruddy gets fouled, and that will be the first free throw trip for Southeast Polk.
Did you see that, though, Blake? Bogwell, right there. That had been a layup in the first quarter, but she did a good job getting off her girl, stopped the dribble of White. One of her teammates sunk. It caused the turnover. So really nice adjustment. Good job by Coach Johnson and good execution by the girls.
Ruddy back iron on her first free throw. 50% coming into tonight throughout the first 2 games. Her and Yasana Lovesmith, the only ones to find the bottom of the bucket in the first quarter. And really, I think the only ones to shoot. Goes 0 of 2, and
I think
lane violation.
32 went in early. She's going to be a better free throw shooter as her career goes along, though. Speaking of Ruddy, she has a good stroke. Just sometimes when you're young, just getting that consistency is sometimes tricky. There you go.
There's the steal taken away by Izzy Bogwell. Bogwell hits the deck,
nice
and
job.
Coach Johnson says, I want this ball to figure something out. So he'll take a quick timeout. Getting his team fired up. Good defense and good minutes here for Bogwell.
Yeah, really, we pointed it out there on the last possession. Then she was diving on the floor there. And I think that's sometimes as a coach, you choose your timeouts because of the momentum of the game, right? And I think he felt pretty good about, hey, we have gotten the stop, got the steal here. I don't want to lose that. My girls are playing hard. I'm going to help them out.
26-9, Valley leads over Southeast Polk. Tigers trying to get to 2-1 on the season. Southeast Polk trying to stop the two-game skid here to start 2025. We'll see what the Rams can do here on offense after the steal and the jump ball by Bogwell.
See what if they can execute coming out of the timeout.
Bartell's a little confused down on the low post, but Ruddy gets open for three and can't get it to go. Lovesmith on the glass, though, and gets the rebound to finish the basket.
Really scrapping, though, right? They're doing a nice job in this second quarter, playing a little harder.
Carrie Rose not going to get it to drop, but another offensive rebound here for the Tigers, as that one just dropped into White's lap.
Much better job on the weak side. There it is again.
Well, Utah got a great play, and a later whistle gets blown on Hallie Clark. It was a good pass, led up
really
to Utah.
Nice. I think that was Moon on the delivery there. But Southeast Polk, those were layups in the first quarter. They're doing a much better job of the help side, jamming up that paint a little bit.
Adams trying to find anyone. It's Avery Moon. White for three, rims out. Got a good look, though.
Yeah.
I don't think Valley's taken many bad shots tonight by any means.
At all.
Lovesmith high off the glass, can't go. Bartels is on the rebound. Thought maybe she'd go back up with it. Ruddy got her own rebound and gets swatted out of bounds.
I like Ruddy. We talked about her in the pregame. She plays really hard. She's very aggressive and active off the ball.
I think her and Lovesmith really balance off each other really well. They play just like each other.
And let's not forget, we're talking two underclassmen, Ruddy being a sophomore and Lovesmith being a freshman.
Bartels travels, tried to put it on the deck and then lift it up and got it stuck.
Another freshman, right? So you got to keep that in mind. These girls are going to just get better and better.
There's only 3 seniors on this entire Southeast Polk roster, 2 of which mostly see playing time. Adriana Lopez-Danley, yet to see her tonight. But we've seen Tui and we've seen Bogwell.
Well,
good hand-to-hand defense.
So much better on the defensive end. One thing that I think is interesting, as we were just talking about the ages, Bogwell is really come out and kind of led on the defensive end, right? She's a senior. She understands help side defense. She understands the importance of it. And now she's leading by example. Some of these young girls will see some of those other nuances of the game as their career goes on.
Here comes the double at the top of the key, and now the defense is really strong for the Tigers. Forces the turnover.
Yep. It's a little bit of a spacing issue, right? They got to, as they come and trap, you don't want to run to the ball. Keep your spacing.
Under 6 to go here in the first half. All Valley here for the most part. Tigers forcing turnovers and making shots. Moon to the basket.
Yep.
Gets fouled by Bartels.
Yeah, and I'm going to sound like a broken record. The younger Bogwell didn't come over and help, right? And so then it drew the foul. It's all on that off-the-ball defense right now for Southeast Polk.
So Moon will go to the line and shoot 2.
What are we looking at? Do we have 4 sets of sisters out here tonight? Or
I think we do.
2 Bogwells. We got 2 Utahs. We got 2 Whites. Maybe that's it.
Avery headed to Grandview to play basketball.
Nice.
For the Vikings. In and out, 0-2 at the free throw line. And now here comes Allie Bogwell. Over to her sister, Izzy.
Oh,
boy, Izzy got a good first step, but then tosses it away. 3 on 2. Nice pass, and White finishes.
Pass. Avery Moon really sees the floor nice. She kind of set that all up. Nice pass. Good.
It feels crazy to say, but that was Valley's first bucket of the quarter.
Right.
It's just Southeast Polk only had 1 bucket as well, so not really of a response. There's another turnover. White's going to push the floor, takes it herself, and gets fouled on the way up by Bogwell.
Couple things we've talked about, right? The things they were doing better was the weak side defense, but then also taking care of that basketball so they're not giving up the transition points. Turnover leads to a layup and a foul, so they're back at the free throw line.
That's something they've been really good at tonight. First one drops for Tylee White. Substitutions coming in and out. Bailey Utoff back in for the Tigers. Tylee knocks both down. She's got 15 in the first half. Yasana Lovesmith. Strong take to the basket. Got it to go.
Little scoop there. It's nice when Southeast Polk scores. They're getting into a little pressure, and that's kind of slowing down. Good move, though, by Moon.
Avery Moon is on the board and make it 7 Tigers who have been in the scoring column.
Yep.
Jenna Fuller gets the steal and puts it back up and in.
Valley's really scoring in bunches when they score, right? And again, probably a little bit of the youth showing on Southeast Polk.
Well, and right now, if you're Valley, there are 2 players that have scored for Southeast Polk as we got a foul down low on Jenna Fuller. Really, they could just focus in on those 2 and force the others to shoot.
You're exactly right.
Gracie Wilson, another freshman, checks in this time for Southeast Polk. And now a chance for a throw-in play here for Lovesmith. Knocked out. Ball will go to Valley.
Yeah, Fuller does a nice job getting in that passing lane.
Sana Lovesmith so far, she's got 7 talented freshmen for Southeast Polk. That's the thing. Well, you know, I talked about her and Ruddy, sophomore freshman. I mean, it's all out in front of you for a Southeast Polk fan. That's a 3-pointer that splashes home for Jenna Fuller, and now she's getting going here in the second quarter.
Yeah, gets the steal, plays some good defense, gets a layup, and then all of a sudden that hoop looks a little bigger.
Long 3 that time by Toohey's not going to go, and it'll go right back to the Tigers. As Coach Johnson's crew just struggling to get things rolling. Coach Utoff's crew, on the other hand, got to like what they've seen.
Looking pretty good.
In their first 2 games, Valley only averaged 52.5 points a game, and you're already at 37.
Went right to her, and now she's going to get to the foul line.
That's kind of how tonight's gone for Southeast Polk defensively in some ways. Ball got knocked out, and then Fuller takes it.
Sure, Coach Johnson, you could see out of the quarter break how they came out and their defense was much tighter, I would call it. You know, now those driving lanes are opening up, and when they get a lane where they're fouling and putting them on the free throw line rather than moving their feet and playing good defense.
First free throw is through for Jenna Fuller. More substitutions. Dominic Davis checks in, 5'8" sophomore.
Freshmen, sophomores, a lot of
I was
young
just
kids.
about to say, I mean, it's a lot of really young basketball players. Then it goes 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. Long down court pass. And just off the rim. It's how tonight has gone for Southeast Polk as Toohey got a great pass, a really good pass by Gracie Wilson.
That's what I was going to say.
Complete.
Too bad because it was really good basketball, right? Had her head up.
Just over 3.5 to go here in the first half. Southeast Polk has pretty much gone through their entire bench. There's only a couple girls that haven't come in, as Coach Johnson's just trying things right now. Davis, strong move to the basket. Whoa. Dominique Davis off the bench.
Put me in, Coach.
How about that? Lovesmith stops and fires in transition. That won't drop, and then she gets called on the foul.
Yeah, and that's where you got to know, though, because now going to the other end, it's a tough foul because it's going to be 2 free throws.
Yep, and the official says it is, so nobody on the floor quite knows that they're shooting free throws yet, but
we talked about the benefit of the rule is you get to reset, right? And kind of you get to learn, but the problem is once it gets to those 5, everything, you're going to the free throw line. So you got to be really smart once you get into those 4 foul range.
Now Taylor will go to the charity stripe. Coach Uthoff is not happy about something, and I'm not really sure what. But he disagreed on something with the official over here.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I saw a picture the other day, Tom Izzo against Iowa. I don't know if this is normal, but he had a picture on the side of the score tables of all 3 head officials and their names right next to him, so he knew exactly who they were. I was like, that's not a bad way to do it.
Right.
Got another foul on the floor as Talon did knock down her free throw, 1 of 2. 3 minutes to go here in the half, a half that is all Valley. Southeast Polk swept the season series last year. Valley trying to get one back. Bartels strong through the glass, and it's the first player not named Brooklyn Ruddy or Yasana Lovesmith to score.
Hey, there we go, steal. Yeah.
Strong take to the basket. Good minutes here by Gracie Wilson off the bench.
Be interesting for both these coaches. You know, you kind of don't want to start getting sloppy either way. You know, you want to continue to grow. Gets to be this kind of that first long week, right? Tuesday, Friday week, and you want to make sure you're getting better, not kind of going the other way.
First one drops for Gracie Wilson. So some positive possessions here right in a row for Southeast Polk. Gracie knocks them both down. Strong minutes off the bench for her. Now Southeast Polk got to get back. Tenley Uthoff thought about a long 3, then gets swatted back by Gracie Wilson.
Yeah, Gracie Wilson, her length giving them a little bit of boost off the bench.
Might be playing herself into more minutes here
No
in
doubt,
the last
no doubt.
2 minutes. Adams. Work this thing back around. Nice move by Tylee White, who steps back and couldn't get it to drop. Would have been a nice little piece of film on recruiting tape, I can tell you that. Wilson just out of reach. She's tall, she's lengthy, couldn't quite get to that one.
Saw Coach Brad Johnson giving him a hand, though. I think he liked it. Again, didn't execute it to get points, but it was the right idea, right? And he knows if they continue to play the game the right way, this is going to be a good group of young Southeast Polk Rams.
Well, they've had a couple of those opportunities on fast breaks. I wouldn't say both these two teams are half-court offensive teams. Feels definitely more balanced more than anything, but arid pass, and Lovesmith takes it away. But then a late pass, Tylee White read it the whole way. Tylee all the way and gets fouled by Wilson. And Tylee will go to the line.
Kind of one of the reasons she's getting to the line a little bit more than some of the other girls is because she's just a little more physical as a finisher. You know, she gets there, and on that one, she kind of drew the contact, right?
I talked about, coming in, she was 6'24" in her first 2 games. It's almost hard not to think, man, what's happening here to start the year? But now tonight, 9 points per game in her first 2 games, and she's already got 16.
Yeah. Going to double her. Hey, there you go. Talked about Gracie Wilson. Good-looking stroke. She's got length. She's going to be a good player.
I tell you what, Coach Johnson might be finding something here, but she gets whistled on her second foul.
Yeah.
Well, Avery took quite the hit there, just trying to get out in front.
A little bit of a teaching moment, right? Like he's like, yeah, got to move your feet. You don't have to foul. We're not going to get a steal right out there. Good job. That's good coaching.
Once again, Valley finds themselves in the double bonus. Avery in and out on her first free throw. I think she's 0 of 5 tonight from the charity stripe.
I think both coaches would probably think a few too many sloppy fouls, right? Like, move your feet, keep your hands off. I tell you, some of that's the first full week of games, too, though, that starts weighing you down.
Wilson fights away the rebound. They're going to give it to Southeast Polk.
It was a little bit like, hey. I'm glad they didn't have to go to replay.
Saw one hand go out.
Yeah.
Valley still keeping up the pressure here. Carrie Rose still guarding Lovesmith quite tight.
Good
Hands
cut.
that one off and
Nice.
one. Ella Wheatley gets the basket to go.
Good execution there. Good cut, good finish.
Much better spread of the scoring here in this quarter for Southeast Polk. Ella's 5'6" sophomore, 4 points per game in her first 2 games. Completes the three-point play. Much better second quarter for Southeast Polk here.
So the good help there.
Ari Rose for 3.
Good basketball, right? Fuller drives, draws the help, right? That's what you want to do. Kicks out, and Carrie Rose is able to knock it down.
Carrie set her feet, did exactly what she needed to do. Wilson can't get the runner to go. A minute to go here in the first half as that one gets tossed out of bounds. Valley will get a chance at an inbound.
Presley, I don't know, Zutenhorst, she kind of gave it a look like, I don't think I touched it. Ooh, get inside, get inside.
And we got a timeout by Coach Uthoff. I was going to say, I feel like so many times tonight we have been like on that 5th second.
Forward. Trying
now,
to give him a chance.
Maybe you'd know. 5 seconds, you do the 5 motions with your arm. Is it you whistle on the 5th motion, or do you say the 5th motion, then whistle?
So, I know you're surprised to hear I might have an opinion on this. Because I've watched many film over the years.
Yep.
And think about it. 5 seconds is 1, 2. So
it's
you got to
when
get
you
through.
Hit. Yeah,
you got to get through. And it is a hard thing. I think young refs, sometimes that is a challenge because you just get caught up in the moment, right?
Yeah.
And so, some of the really good refs that you'll talk to are like, that's a thing you got to get really good at is slowing your pace down as well.
Almost don't even think about the game. You
Right.
just think about 5 seconds.
And great job by our refs. Our refs doing a great job tonight and showing what good reffing looks like.
You just didn't know if it was like that thing in football with the play clock where it'll hit 0-0, but then you get an extra second. Rose for 3. Can't hit back-to-back. Long rebound taken away by Zutenhorst. Boy, Valley's not giving Southeast Polk a chance as Moon gets the steal, hands it off. Fuller can't get it to go. Olivia Adams is swarmed underneath. 1 second separate the shot clock and game clock. Don't tell that to Jenna Fuller. That one knocked long, and Bartels goes all the way trying to chase it down.
Yeah,
goes through the bench.
Chase was her brother's name. I think he went to Minnesota State. I wonder how he's doing. He might have been a senior last year, if my memory serves. But he was a good player, but tall too, 6'6".
And you'd think, Elise has got growing to do as a freshman,
she
just at
looks
6'2".
good. Looks good.
She's not afraid to be put on islands like this at the top of the key.
Move your feet.
Shot clock is dead here for Avery Moon to end the first half. Adams for 3. Too far. Lovesmith going to chuck a half-court heave that misses off the side. And that will do it for the end of the first half. 45-23. Offensive clinic here for Valley in the first half. We'll be back for more. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat and Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat and Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back to Valley High School, where the Valley Tigers lead over Southeast Polk 45-23. Blake Walker, Chris Larson with you here this evening. Free throws have been the story of the first half, and it's Valley getting to the free throw line, Chris. Plenty of free throws to work with. Tylee White has 5 points. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players for Valley have scored. Southeast Polk got it a little bit better there in the second quarter, but overall, it's been all Valley Tigers here in this first half.
So you're telling me if you like to watch the girls shoot free throws, that it's been a masterpiece so far. And you know what, we talked about it in all seriousness. Early in the season, there's just a lot of things to correct. And I think tonight looks like it does. You got to train your body to get to these Friday night games. And both teams came out pretty aggressive early, but then their legs got a little heavier, and they haven't played very smart, I would say, on the defensive end, especially for Southeast Polk, playing team defense. You know, they're playing hard. Let's give them credit for that. But you got to learn to – it's not just about playing hard. It's about playing smart as well, because putting them on the line as much as they have is not going to be a winning formula or even a competitive formula as far as that goes.
They're going to have to clean it up in the second half, and it's still quite the gap to make up, but you just never know. Valley's only scored 52.5 points per game in their first 2 games offensively. For them, you got 45 at the halftime break. For Coach Uthoff, you got to be feeling pretty good because you struggled against Ankeny. You kept the game close for a little bit. Ankeny able to pull away, but this is a Southeast Polk team that we thought coming in, I mean, all things considering, they stack up pretty well because of how young they are.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've been really impressed with Valley. You know, they have multiple girls who can put it on the floor. They've done a really nice job of dribble penetrating and kicking for open threes, and they've knocked down a couple of those. Obviously, they're getting to the free throw line, being physical, and their transition offense has been excellent as well. So, you know, tip of the cap. I think Valley's done a lot of good things. Southeast Polk probably is going to think that this hasn't been their best half of basketball so far.
We will take a break, and when we come back, your second half is upcoming. Valley leads over Southeast Polk 45-23. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat and Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat and Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
I make it look easy. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Second half of action almost set to get going here for Valley and Southeast Polk. Tigers lead over the Rams 45-23. Valley 1-1 to start the year. Win against Cedar Rapids, Washington. A loss to Ankeny. Take a look at their next 5 games this season. Doesn't get much easier if the CIML is ever easier. Next week they get number 2 ranked Waukee Northwest, and then at Dowling Catholic. That'll be a fun one. Then the next Saturday they go to Kirkwood College to be a part of the Hardwood Classic. This is the first ever time that this has happened. This was put together by a couple coaches over in Eastern Iowa. They put out a thing last season in the middle of winter and said, hey, we want to do this special tournament. They used to do a thing in Kirkwood, or another thing in Kirkwood that I think fell apart. It was, hey, if you want to come play, let's come and play. So they're playing number 9th ranked Spirit Lake down in 3A, which is just a great, when are you ever going to play that matchup?
Right.
And then they play Urbandale, and then they play at Centennial. So a good mixture of opponents for Valley down the stretch.
Yeah, fun stuff. Good matchups. Will be interesting. I think I'm back here for Valley and Northwest on Tuesday. That could be a fun one. You know, I obviously with Valley being the home team in that'll be a really nice challenge to kind of see where they're at.
I need to confirm. I don't think it's on our schedule, and I might need to talk to our producer just about it. But Northwest plays Johnston next Friday at Northwest. I don't know. I just feel like you'd maybe want to see a number 1 versus number 2 matchup on your streaming platform. So I don't know. It's a fun time to watch basketball here in the CIML. And the only update I had for them tonight, Ankeny leads over Ankeny Centennial 15-6 at the first quarter break. So that was our update on that one.
So you're saying you want to see Johnston and Northwest?
I think we gotta get on.
I think the boys' game would be a good game.
I think it would be too.
Because I like Johnston's team.
Yeah.
You know, obviously
they're
know.
a scrappy
and
bunch.
their guards will really keep them in that game the way they play. So that'll be a tussle.
Yeah. They were the last ones to win a title not named Valley, if I'm correct. I think.
Is that right?
I'm trying to think back of that team. I can see the team in my head.
I don't think so. But you may be all right.
It's hard to say. Valley's won 3 straight. It's hard to remember 4 years ago. Chris is going to do some research.
I just said.
We're off and rolling here
Our
in the second half.
Staff. Here we go.
Southeast Polk trying to get a couple more points on the board, and that's going to help. Brooklyn Ruddy gets the layup to go. Southeast Polk had a lot of misses within the baseline. Just couldn't quite get them to drop, just on and off. Now trying to set something up. 45-25. Here's Tylee White for three. And boy, the night continues for Tylee. She's got 19, excuse me. She continues to roll along here. The basket is wide tonight here for the Tigers. The freshman Lovesmith trying to back down Moon and misses that one on the way. Ames, that would do it. But I think they beat Johnston, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm telling you, I specifically remember a Johnston team that was like really good in the last 5 years.
Very well done.
All right, there we go.
Ames beat the Johnston.
There we go. How about that? And then 2021 was Waukee, 2020 was Ankeny.
Correct.
Yep. Because that Ankeny COVID run was unbelievable.
I happened
that was at your time. Yeah.
I happened to get a first-hand look at that game.
I was going to say.
One of few people who were in the
I was
arena
going to say,
night.
you can say that you witnessed a game that not many people got to see live.
Right.
Bogwell misses on the second one. She knew it right when she let it go. But goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe.
All right, let's get back at it here.
Southeast Polk continuing this press that Valley's done a pretty good job getting around. We've seen a lot of those tonight, Chris, the blocking fouls.
And so let's talk about why those happen, right? It's really about the preparation for the defense, right? You got to be moving your feet before, because if you wait and you're not prepared to move your feet, then you can't get in position, you make contact, and it's a foul. So it's one of these. There's a lot of young people out on the floor right now, and one of the things you got to learn at a varsity level is you got to be a step ahead of the play.
Lovesmith almost knocks that one away, and then an offensive foul is called on Tylee White. I don't think she was even trying to set a screen of any sort. She just kind of ran right into that Southeast Polk defender.
Yep.
That's 3 fouls on the Tigers in 1 minute and 12 seconds.
Now it's on them. You know, this is when the foul rules as they are. Now you got to, as a coach, be saying, hey, move your feet. We're not going to foul for the next couple minutes, right?
Lovesmith gets trapped and travels.
And they did a pretty nice job there, right? That was kind of what we talked about. Anticipating that drive, moving your feet before she gets there. Yeah, they got to get matched up back here.
And we talked about transition baskets as that one. White was on the floor, and Southeast Polk had it, but then slipped. And Valley gets away with it. Utah all the way to the basket and gets fouled on the floor. There's a lot of fouls on the floor tonight. If I'm one of those guys watching on the boys' side, I'm like, well, if this is indeed the same crew, which it usually is, you might try a couple things.
I always used to think that you can tell a lot about how the game's going to be officiated. Yeah.
Nice play by Moon to get inside. Her fadeaway, not going to drop. Rebound is snagged away. Ruddy's down on the low post like she's playing center. Now she gets back outside. Hallie Clark gets swatted away.
Head up, head up.
Utah, nice job. And now going to try to go all the way to the length of the floor. White rims out of bounds, and they give it to Valley. Fans wanted to push off on Tylee White.
It was possible.
A lot of players nowadays use that arm just to try to give them a little bit of space. Nice play, sets up a wide open three-pointer for Carrie Rose, who can't get it to drop. And that's out of bounds, and it goes to Valley. I mean, all these plays to get the ball, these girls are shoving each other.
Like the officials are a little bit like, hey, we're not going to call all these fouls,
Yeah, you
right?
can't, but you set a precedent.
Right. It's a good thing we got started a little early.
Rose thought about it, now hands it off to Utah.
Much better job moving their feet and the help, muddying up those drives. They got to help.
Bailey to the basket, not going to drop.
Yeah. Southeast Polk doing a much better job here this half on the defensive end.
In the corner, and Hallie Bogwell thought about it and almost did it, and then thought about it again and traveled.
We're in the middle of the Southeast Polk section, and I saw about 3 dads be like, don't do that.
Both teams kind of cold here to start the first half.
Kind of hit the brakes a little bit here.
Adams takes a corner 3. Ooh. Can't get it to drop. How about the rebound by Avery Moon?
Yeah.
Avery works through the pressure, can't get it to drop. Hallie Clark up ahead to Love Smith. Hey, Asada gets it to go off high on the glass.
Yeah, she's had a nice night. She's going to be a really nice player, I think.
Loose ball picked up. Southeast Polk, though, it feels like when they grab turnovers, as Ruddy goes all the way, can't get it to drop, they're not rushing down the floor. They just kind of wait. They're like, all right. A handoff, and Moon gets fouled. Avery will go to the line, a place that has not been kind to her this evening. She's got just 2 points tonight. They're on the floor. First free throw rims out. Avery says, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to put that in the basket? Mass substitutions.
Come on, Avery, put
out.
this one in. Let's will this into existence here. Atta girl.
That it does. She came in 2 of 2. That's her first free throw of the night. I believe that puts her at 1 of 7.
The good news is you're getting to the free throw line.
Yeah. Southeast Polk just hasn't. I mean,
no.
I count 1 trip.
Oh, good cut.
2, technically. Valley with the steal. Long down court pass to Avery Moon. Avery gets it stripped away. Picked up by Ella Wheatley. And a foul on Moon as she bumps into the back of Clark. Taylon White checks in for Valley. Going to sub in for Avery.
That's number 4, I think. Is that right on Avery? I think it was number 4.
Not a terrible game to have foul trouble,
Right.
Something to think about. Honestly, Southeast Polk's numbers have got to be getting up there eventually. Gracie Wilson never quite had possession of it. Tosses that one to Valley. Now Utah tries to take it to the lane, gets it stripped away. Down the floor to Zutenhorst. Presley gets spun through and gets the basket to go.
I'm always a big fan when you get there in transition and you jump stop. Let the defense go by you, get yourself under control, and then finish.
Boy, Utah, strong take. She is a talented player.
Yep, good move.
Not many just open shots that are being what she's taking. Ella Wheatley knocks down the long three-pointer. Southeast Polk trying to get something rolling here. Let's see, are they taking a full timeout? Waiting to see. Full timeout. Yep. We'll take one with them. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
3, 2, action. Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience.
Out of the timeout here for Southeast Polk. Coach Brad Johnson talking to his girls, 51-33. Southeast Polk trying to string a couple together here. Off that big 3 by Ella Wheatley in transition.
Yeah, much better half for Southeast Polk.
Forcing more turnovers.
Right. Playing a little bit better on the defensive end, forcing those turnovers, moving their feet.
Now Valley will throw in. Southeast Polk bringing a little bit more pressure here.
Yep, got to get that to the middle of the court.
Jenna Fuller tries to sling that pass to the corner to Taylor White. Not there. Jenna's got 7 tonight. We talked about it. She had 15 points, or averaging 15 points per game off the bench. So just close to half of her total. It's a big possession here for Southeast Polk. Try to get this game a little bit closer here. Bartels down low and traveled.
What do you think? I thought she did a pretty good job.
I thought she did too. I don't.
She stepped, but she stepped with the same foot again. I thought it was all
maybe,
right.
Yeah, maybe. I think getting to the post still something she's going to want to work on. But when she's in the post, her post moves are actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Southeast Polk's got to like what they have with her.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Nice quick first step by Utah, and Tenley can't get it to drop.
There's a nice rebound, too.
Wilson, good passing all the way down the floor, and swatted away by Utah. Now they're going to try to finish it with a layup on the other end, and one. What a sequence for Valley. Jenna Fuller gets it to go.
Yeah.
And we'll go to the line to shoot one. Good block by Utah on the other end, and then the outlet pass.
Yeah, multi-good plays in one series, right? A block shot, a couple nice passes, and then a really nice finish for Jenna Fuller.
And at a crucial time for Valley, Southeast Polk starting to string together a little bit. Fuller knocks it down. She's got 10 tonight. And Gracie Wilson travels.
I think you're going to see this probably from Southeast Polk a lot as the season goes on. A lot of up and down, right? They'll have a couple minutes where you're like, man, they're playing really well. And then a couple minutes where you're like, growing pains.
Now, this is a Southeast Polk team that almost got past Liberty. And Liberty ranked 5th in the state, looking really good. They beat #1 Makokata just a couple nights ago. I know that's a 3A team, but still a talented team nonetheless. So I think you're right. It's just going to be a night in, night out kind of thing.
I think it lets you know, too, the competition level in this league, too,
Fuller left wide open for 3. I was talking about how she hadn't hit her average yet, but, boy, she's almost there. She's got 13 off the bench.
I love the movement without the ball that time, though. She really got her feet set, did a nice job. Speaking of getting down to that post, there's Bartles.
Turns to the basket, gets fouled. She'll be rewarded with 2.
Yeah, I think she's going to have she's going to be a really nice player. You can see the footwork there. Obviously she's young. Big girls, big boys, they just always develop a little bit later. It just takes them a little bit more time, kind of like what we saw with Landon Davis the other night. But, man, she has some really nice skills.
Rimmed out on our first, gets a chance for one more here.
There you go.
Splashes it home. It's her third point of the night.
Get that ball up court in the middle if you're Valley. There it is.
Moon playing with 4 fouls, back on the floor. 3-pointer splashes home for Tenley, Utah.
Yeah, a lot of skill level. Look at that, another freshman out there playing really at a high level.
The Utahs have got it going tonight. Bartels, little long, little high. Couldn't quite get that one into her hands. Fuller, off the mark.
Yeah.
And rebound, going to go out and stay with Valley. No, going to go to Southeast Polk.
Flip a coin.
Student section's not quite into it yet to argue said call.
Yeah, right.
They're starting to fill in.
Yeah, got away with one there. Got to get it past.
Ruddy does. All the way down and steps on the line. Out of bounds. I don't really see, you don't see many missed 10-second calls anymore because of the shot clock. Realistically, there should never be a roll.
It also helps the players and coaches, right? Because then you know what to look at.
I feel like before, girls and boys would they panic.
It was probably at like 7 seconds.
Yeah,
'cause,
and you're like,
well, it feels like it.
Southeast Polk on the break with Hallie Clark, who hands off to the trailing Bartles and knocks it down.
And she's had a really nice half of basketball. Nice job on the pass there by Hallie Clark. And then Bartels with a great finish.
Boy, nice fake by Tylee White. It splashes home the three-pointer.
You can just see how so many of these talented girls, when they get their feet set, yeah, what are we going to call here?
Defensive foul.
Okay.
It's Jenna's third.
Yeah. It's pretty good D, but didn't get the call there.
I tell you what, I mean, Tylee White, not surprising that she hasn't made a college commitment yet. Nobody's rushing you or anything, obviously a junior, but boy, her ball skills have just gotten so much better over the years. I remember when she started, she was just a shooter, catch and shoot. Now, creates her own shots.
And I think one thing that I'm sure college coaches really like, she is 5'10", right? She's
got length to her.
Tall. I thought I had seen some things like she has some pretty good interest out there, so a little surprised. I bet she'll get some big offers here pretty soon. Keep playing like she is tonight.
I was going to say, she's got 21. 2 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. There's your timeout because it was pretty much going to be a 10-second call. It's a 30-second timeout here for Valley, 63-27. Tigers holding serve here over Southeast Polk. Don't forget, coming up about 10-15 minutes after the conclusion of this one, our boys game tonight, Valley and Southeast Polk. Boy, you talk about a team that who knows what's going to happen. The Valley Tigers are that team because you lose so many good seniors. BJ Windhorst retires, and now it's Coach Ricky. And now it's this team that none of these players pretty much played any minutes last year. It's a whole new team, ironically, what we saw with Ankeny Centennial the other night.
Yeah, but I think a little bit different situation here. You know, a lot similar from the coach, but, you know, 3-time state champion. And you know there's going to be a lot of people who have a lot of pride in putting that jersey on. They're going to get the same level of hardcore commitment on the defensive end. I'm really excited to watch this game, you know, from both sides. And it'll be fun to see how the boys play tonight.
I have that storyline. Coach Stubbs with his game here coming up.
A lot of new faces at Southeast Polk.
Hallie Clark has got something in her eye, but she's still trying to play defense. And it's, I mean, something's in her eye. But
look at her, though.
She's one-eyed. Shot clock and game clock are separated by 1 second. White, through traffic, gets the layup to go.
Very nice. Good execution by Valley there to end the third quarter.
65-37. Valley leading over Southeast Polk. We'll be back for quarter number 4. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Quarter number 4, ready to roll here at Valley High School. Blake Walker, Chris Larson with you here. Good crowd filling in. I tell you what, maybe that stoppage on 235 worked itself out.
Right? You got here.
Oh, yeah, it was a pain getting here. Whatever accident happened on 235, it was standstill traffic around 5:30. 65-37, Valley leading over Southeast Polk. Trying to put the finishing touches on a victory here.
Yeah, good.
I tell you what, that center line, half-court line, the fact that it's white here at Valley just throws me off. Like, you just kind of get confused. Avery Moon skies for the rebound. And then goes back up and can't finish. Out of bounds, it'll go Southeast Polk.
Poor Avery. I'm going to tell you, Avery has played a really good game
Yeah.
tonight, except for putting the ball in the hoop.
Yep.
You know, it's such a big part of the
She's
game.
got 3 points, but everything else, she's rebounded well.
Passed well.
Yep.
She's defended well. But, man, it's just not quite falling down for her.
Carrie Rose, the recipient of that steal attempt, and she gets the bucket to go in transition. The lead is 30. Martels. There's Lovesmith trying to create a little bit of space and knocks down the step-back jumper.
She's going to be a nice player, too, right? Like, she does a nice job handling the ball. She's knocked down a couple tough shots tonight.
She's got 12. I still feel like looking through most of the scoring column as Avery Moon's three-pointer won't go. Southeast Polk's going to have to get a couple more people to shoot because right now it's still just Brooklyn Ruddy and Yasana Lovesmith for the most part.
I think at some point you're going to have to define who you are a little bit, right? You know, I think they have a good backcourt. I think Bartels is going to have to be a key factor for them, get 8-10 points, inside.
How about that long three-pointer by Tenley Utah? That's her third three-pointer of the game.
Yeah.
That was from the paw on the court over there. I'm not going to call it a logo shot.
Good, another good-looking freshman. I've been really impressed with her tonight. It's kind of been fun watching these sisters play, you know, that have older siblings. Because sometimes those younger siblings play with a little extra chip on their shoulder, and it's kind of a little bit what I felt like it looks like with Tenley tonight.
Bailey Utah going to check back in the ball game. Bailey's got that nose guard on. Boy, when Valley and Dowling play each other next week, we might get nose guard versus nose guard as Ellie Moeller for Dowling. She's also wearing one.
A nose guard.
It's the season of broken noses.
Good thing it's not prom.
Yeah. White for three. Another one. 26 for Tylee White.
That average is going to creep up a little bit for her, isn't it?
I tell you what, the last couple seasons, Coach Utah and company, they're just pretty much 500. Mm-hmm. Ever since Coach Seeger left, Matt Utah is 36-37, about to make it 37-37. He can't be more quote-unquote average than that. It sure feels like Valley has a team this year that's a little bit different that could definitely make noise and have a chance to go to the state tournament.
Well, and I think we talked about this last year when I got to watch them play. In fairness to them, they're kind of beating the good team, beating the teams they should beat, but then not being able to get that signature win. I think that'll be important for them this year when you talk about Dowling, Northwest, and Johnston, of course. Got to be able, Ankeny, but of those 6 teams, or of those 8 games, they're going to have to find a win or two out of that group.
Yeah. And that has, like you said, been something that they've struggled with the last couple seasons. I mean, look at it last year. They lost to Southeast Polk twice. So you got to win the games that are winnable. And if you can get yourself to be top 8 in the rankings, you get to host a playoff game.
Right.
Strong take to the basket by Tylee White.
But they can score the basketball, right? And so when you can score the basketball, it makes everything else. You tighten up a little bit on the defensive end, and it just makes wins come a little easier.
And with Coach Utah, he is a different coach than Coach Segrist. And it's taken a couple of years to kind of buy into this system.
Well, and just get used to each other. And they were playing a lot of young people the last couple of years. And now they do have some more young girls on the court, but they also have some old girls who have played a lot, right? And, and it just does. It takes a little bit of time.
Sana Lovesmith off back iron and out for her first free throw. Mass substitutions here for the Rams. A team that goes 10 deep. And that's another thing. We talk about Valley. Let's talk about Southeast Polk for a second. Obviously, not going to win tonight. You're going to drop to 0-3, but a team that has definitely shown flashes and has pieces. I think of Gracie 100%. Wilson, her really good minutes. Yep. This feels like one of those teams that you just can't sleepwalk into a night against. They're going to get you.
For them, it's going to be about growing and getting better, right?
I believe.
Did he start the clock maybe?
Yeah. Continuous clock should be on. It is a 35-point game. But I think they're
refs
trying to.
Always know, they don't have the vested interest. They're like, come on. I want to get home. We got some snow coming in. Got to get settled.
So it should be continuous clock. We'll see if they hold it to it.
No, and I'll add to that, for Coach Uthoff, not only that, but coming in and having 2 of his own daughters on the team, friendship-wise, relationship-wise, there's a lot to manage. I agree, though. I think they're on the cusp of really turning a corner this year.
I want to say, I can't remember if it was a basketball rule that when the game gets to 35 and the clock starts, that technically can't go away. Because I believe they were kind of having a problem where a team would go, hey, you're down by 33, and then you're down by 30. So the clock would just
25.
Yeah.
So if it gets back below 25,
then
they
it's
start
when
stopping.
It goes. Yep. Foul on the way up for Dominique Davis.
And free throws.
Yep.
For anyone out there wondering.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm glad that, that's a one little part of the rule that's really important, right? You don't want them hustling around and I think there still has to be a little credibility to a varsity high school game.
Can't just move it along like it's nothing. Yeah.
It's not a Saturday in April where you're just trying to get to your next game.
Davis goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. I was impressed by Dominique there in that.
Right?
She earlier had that basket, strong take to the hoop. It's another big depth piece.
A lot of pieces out there for Valley. I'm looking forward to Tuesday night. I think, talk about it. That's going to be a good test for them. Obviously, they're going to come into that game, and if you were picking, you're probably going to think Northwest is going to win the game, right? But a good opportunity for them to kind of take that next step. And maybe it's not even win, but can you be in a competitive game on your home floor against a top-ranked team?
And I will say, Valley can compete with Northwest in the depth department.
Right,
I sure feel like they are deeper, whereas you look like a team at Waukee, for example. Waukee doesn't have a lot of players on their roster, let alone a chance to go that deep. The Warriors started ranked 7th, but still have not won a game. Three-pointer for Gracie Wilson, in and out. Rebound, fought for, and a jump ball is called. Possession will go to Southeast Polk.
Because
what is that down there? London Row?
Some players from last year, right?
On the girls' side.
Right, on the girls' side.
A couple, not many.
The good point guard back.
Yeah. They get Maranzalo back. They lost their guards as there's a three-pointer in the corner by Gracie Wilson. But Coach Franklin, very good head coach, going to get things righted. Another steal on the floor. That's going to be a travel or out of bounds.
One thing you got to really compliment Southeast Polk on, too, they've played really hard this entire game, and I feel like they've played much better in the second half, which was nice to see.
Trailed 45-23 at halftime. As more substitutions coming in and out. Ball's loose on the deck. And another jump ball. And now Valley gets to keep it. Checking the shot clock here of some sort. Meanwhile, that game clock just keeps going.
Come on, let him play. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
They're rolling that game clock down.
Yeah, well, then you got to stop the clock. Yeah, come on. Come on, guys. It's probably one of those you can.
Well, that's what, okay. I think they were confused. Like, both shot clock and game clock are moving. It's not just the one. There's another steal for Zutenhorst. And another jump ball. Maybe no one's going to get a shot in these last 2 minutes.
It makes you realize, though, how much time there is that is spent that isn't game time.
Yeah.
Right? Because when the clock runs, you're like, wow. Hit it.
Bogwell. Nice pass. Swatted away down on the low post.
Steal.
That was Kaylin Whelan who was able to knock that away.
Head up.
Another three-pointer for Southeast Polk that rims out for Kaylin Litwiller.
There you go.
Valley's going to move to 2-1 on the season, and they'll prepare for next Tuesday night against Waukee Northwest here at home. Southeast Polk will drop to 0-3, and tomorrow heads to the Quad Cities. Take on Pleasant Valley. Have fun.
Maybe.
Hey,
the weather.
We'll see. Pleasant Valley has a tough one tonight against Assumption. PV champions just a couple years ago.
Right.
That'll do it for this one. 76-43. Valley defeats Southeast Polk. We will take a break and be back in just a little bit for your boys portion. Thanks for watching girls basketball here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers on Douglas Avenue.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our part 2 of tonight's boy-girl doubleheader. It's the Valley Tigers taking on the Southeast Polk Rams. Going to be a fun one this evening. Chris Larson, Blake Walker, along with you here this evening. There's always questions at the beginning of the season. That's expected when you get teams like this that lose a lot, move over. Valley is the 3-time defending state champion team. But they look completely different. They got a new head coach. The roster pretty much is all new. That none of those guys pretty much played on last year's team. You got a Southeast Polk team that brings in head coach David Stubbs, who has tremendous success at Grandview Christian. Boy, we just don't know what's going to happen tonight. And that's kind of the fun part of basketball.
I think this is such a fun matchup, though, especially when you look at, the one thing Valley still does have is a championship culture, and Coach Ricky was part of that culture. I know there's a lot of pride in this program. They are going to protect their home turf, and they're going to come out with a really tough, hard-nosed, smart, physical mentality. On the flip side of it, Coach Stubbs bringing some new faces with him to Southeast Polk, in the new age of high school basketball. We don't know quite what to expect from them in a really competitive game on the road on a Friday night. I think it's going to be a good one. Who comes out on top? Who knows? Who plays well? Who knows? But I do know we're going to get a couple teams that are going to play really hard and trying to define who they are.
Take a look at a couple key factors for both teams. We'll start out with Southeast Polk. Emmanuel Tite, the senior, 16 points per game, 9.8 points per game last season. He did really well, really strong guy that can take stuff to the basket. They're going to lean on him heavily tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see he can shoot a little bit, really good off the dribble, get into the hole. Again, new set of coaches, a little bit different, but he's going to bring back that scoring punch. Really physical guy. He's going to be fun to watch tonight.
Excited to see what he can do for Southeast Polk this evening. You can see a couple highlights from him last season.
Yep.
Just a strong, explosive guard, can take and shoot the ball whenever he wants to. He's going to be fun to watch this evening. On the other side for Valley, because it's a lot of question marks, let's talk about the coach. Brian Rickey, he was the assistant at William Penn. Then he came here and was the assistant at Valley. He was a student manager at Northern Iowa before he went to William Penn. He now takes the reins as head coach for the Valley Tigers. BJ Windhorst retires, a 4-time state champion, undoubtedly will be a Hall of Famer coach. But this is a big challenge for this Valley team that almost all the stars, really, yes, almost everybody from that team last year graduated, and now it's a whole new identity with Coach Rickey at the helm.
But you get a good look at Coach Rickey, and let me just tell you a little something about that history of him. Northern Iowa, learn under Ben Jacobson. William Penn, learn under John Henry. West Des Moines Valley, you learn under BJ Windhorst. One thing all three of those guys have in common is they are tough, hard-nosed basketball coaches, and I know that's the kind of style that he wants to bring to this team and bring to this conference. As maybe he might not have the talent level they've had over the last couple of years, but he knows how to play winning basketball. He knows how to coach winning basketball. It's going to be fun to watch this team.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, your opening tip-off, Valley Southeast Polk, coming up on the hardwood. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
I make it look easy. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening. Valley and Southeast Polk ready to get rolling this evening. Southeast Polk 0-2 or 1-1, excuse me, to start the year. Win over Des Moines North, and then a loss to Johnston. Valley fell short to Ankeny on Tuesday night, 58-52. We're going to send it down to the floor for your starting lineups here between the Rams and the Tigers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Valley High School in the middle of the Cold Iron Fieldhouse for tonight's boys varsity basketball game between the Rams of Southeast Polk High School and your Valley Tigers. Our officials for tonight's game are Travis Carroll, Jacob O'Connor, and Lloyd Rogers. Now let's begin starting lineups for tonight's game. For Southeast Polk, number 2, Emmanuel Titi. And for Valley, number 2, Sam Strong. For the Rams, number 3, Brady Brownswine Lawrence. And for the Tigers, number 10, King Jorgensen. For Southeast Polk, number 4, Henry Gaffney. And for the Tigers, number 12, Jaden Attaway. 11, Thomas Child. And for Valley, number 32, Braden Showborough. And for the Southeast Polk Rams, number 22, Joshua Falcon. And for the Tigers, number 40, Eddie Idle. The Rams are led by head coach David Stubbs and the assistants are Steve Glenn, Brandon Stubbs, Damon Stubbs, and Curtis Bell. Tigers head coach Brian Rickey and the assistant coaches are Tyler Anderson, Josh Fry, and Kevin Pierce.
All set to go tonight from Valley High School. You got to go back to January 17th, 2020. The last time Southeast Polk beat Valley. It's been a long time. As we'd expect for the run that Valley went on the last couple years. But this team wants to beat this team.
Yeah.
And tonight, you just never know. We're going to be learning a lot of new faces, as will everybody at home. This is a new-look Valley team. And for Southeast Polk, couple returners.
We were talking some about the history stuff. I remember a tournament game that Southeast Polk gave Valley during that good run, I think, all they could handle. And maybe that was the last time they have beat them. I remember there was something to that. But I think we're going to have a good one. And one thing that's really nice, a lot of upperclassmen out there, so they know how to play good basketball. They've watched a lot of good basketball.
Valley in white, Southeast Polk in black. And we got a reach-in foul on Valley. Keen Jorgensen gets whistled on the foul. Valley fell short on Tuesday night to a very talented Ankeny team, all things considered, 58-52. Long three, top of the key, gonna rim out. Rebound, fought for underneath, and a foul is called. Joshua Charlatan, one of the tallest guys on the floor at 6'4", gets the whistle.
Yeah, nice physical rebound. Good start to the night for him.
Braden's shoulder roll got checked in the nose. He was checking himself to make sure he wasn't bleeding.
Checking for all his teeth and everything else.
He's still checking. Charlottetown knocks down both from the charity stripe. Southeast Polk draws first blood. Southeast Polk head coach David Stubbs, first-year head coach at Southeast Polk, kind of came out of nowhere. He was hired in May, and it was just a simple post on Southeast Polk's Twitter account that said, "Oh, by the way, we hired a new head coach." And it just so happens to be one of the top head coaches that Class 1A has seen.
Right.
Here's a floater in transition that drops for Emmanuel Tite. Stubbs, 4 state titles, 10 tournament appearances at Grandview Christian, 378 wins and just 58 losses. It's a great hire by Southeast Polk.
Doing a great job on the defensive end. Man-to-man defense, really closing those gaps.
Got a foul on the floor as Jaden Ottaway, who has been the main go-to man, at least in the win over Ankeny. Again, I'm going to be saying PPG. It means just what they scored against Ankeny. But he had 14 in the win in the loss against the Hawks.
Right, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Jorgensen got some minutes last year early when Zay Robinson was out.
Ooh. Boy, the lob this one upstairs, and Charlatan said, "I'm not going to quite go for the dunk." A little sloppy there.
Yeah, you gotta just get your buckets there.
Ottaway tosses that one outside, and now Jorgensen fires a mid-range jumper, can't get it to drop.
Boy, Charlatan really gets up for rebounds, showing his ball handling ability.
Another good rip away down low. Eddie Heibels able to steal it away. A little bit more length down in the post. Here's Jorgensen trying to work his way through the post, and a three-pointer skies upward and not going to go that time for Schoberl. Thomas Childs on the rebound. Childs stops and fires. Can't get it to drop. Both teams kind of cold from the three-point line here to start.
Nice rebound by Heibels there, 6'5" senior.
Schoberl for three again, not going to drop. Valley still scoreless here to start with 2.5 minutes gone by. Emmanuel Tite, the senior, highlighted him in the opener. 16 points per contest in the 2 games so far. Here's Henry Gaffney for three, and he knocks down the long three-pointer.
Yeah, really nice driving dish there. Gaffney had his feet set and was able to knock it down.
Jorgensen trying to create separation. Physical basketball here to start. Another three by Valley, won't drop. And now they go up ahead. Grady Brunswick Norris dunks it home. It's a 9-0 start for Southeast Polk. Full timeout on the floor. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Three, two, action. Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota, we give you a financially rewarding, time-saving, and stress-free car buying experience. Earning your confidence with a value-oriented customer experience is what thousands of customers have come to understand as the Wilson experience.
She's getting better at this, making me so proud.
Wilson Toyota,
home of the Wilson experience. 3, 2, action.
Wilson Toyota and Ames is unlike any other car dealership in Iowa. At Wilson Toyota.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. 9-0. Grady Brunswick Norris. We were just
easy for you to say.
Grady
I'll let you say.
Brunswick Norris. I'll still get it wrong a couple times, but Grady able to knock down the dunk in transition. How about this start for Southeast Polk? 9-0 in the early portions.
And what I really love, and I love this style of basketball when their defense is leading to good offense, right? They have a lot of energy on the defensive end. No pass is uncontested. On the dribble, they're right up into the ball handlers, but moving their feet, and then it's creating offense on the other end.
Valley brings in Jack Tracy out of the timeout. Here's Tracy with it now. Really tight defense here for Southeast Polk. Chris Zay is in for the Rams as well. That one stripped on the way up, and Titi with the rebound.
Oh, good
all
look.
The way down the floor, and another layup up and good by Brunswick Norris.
Boy, getting out and running the floor, but it's all about the defensive intensity right now. Valley's got to settle in, run your best stuff.
I was going to say, I would be surprised if there wasn't a foul there. It was a grab on the backside.
Let's see if Valley can't get something. A little bit of a set play, get themselves a good look. What's your best offense right now? A little high screen and roll. Got to roll.
Another foul, this time going to get on Thomas Childs.
Boy, I'll tell you, though, nothing's easy. They're doing a great job on the dribble. You know how we talked about that in the girls' game? Got to move your feet. They're doing a fine job moving their feet on defense right now.
TT did a nice job on that rotation. Team that only lost to Johnston by 10 the other night. That one's a strong layup to drop for Eddie Heibels.
Okay, let's see if that doesn't get Valley into. There you go. Now they got to steal.
Gets the student section standing up. They're waiting for a point.
Good pass.
Nice find on the inside. Heibels loses it on the way up. Gets his own rebound and finishes.
There you go. Whoop, whoop.
Worth noting, obviously one of the stars last year, Jaden McGregory, not playing. Not playing this season. He's headed to Missouri to play football. He played basketball all the previous years. TT knocks that one down. But that's another crucial loss. I see him front row of the student section, but that's a big loss for Valley.
Yeah. And I'm sure, I think he's going early. Is that right? That's what
I'm sure Drinkwith said, hey, let's just not get hurt. Got a kick ball down low.
On the flip side of that, though, over in Waukee, really fun to see
Evan Jacobson is playing.
playing.
They keep saying he might do basketball at Texas A&M. Which
really?
There's not many guys that play football and basketball. I'm of the belief that I think he's a better basketball player than he is football, but I'll be curious to see how
bold
that.
statement
I know,
right there,
I'm
Blake.
sorry.
He is a good basketball player.
I think he's very talented. We'll see him in a couple weeks.
His brother played at that level, right? He can obviously, it's in the genes.
Talented all-around athlete.
No doubt.
Stop jumper won't go for Jorgensen. He's gotten a couple good looks. He just can't find the bottom of the basket.
Boy.
Norris is still wide open. TT all the way and gets fouled on the way up.
Really like what they're doing in transition, right? They're seeing the floor so well.
Valley can't stop. It feels like they have to move with them or else they're not going to be able to keep up. So TT will go to the line. He was 4 of 6 from the charity stripe in the first 2 games of the year.
You know what? One of my biggest takeaways here of this first 6 minutes of basketball is I'm with you. I think next Friday night in Johnston, if Johnston beat this team by 10 points, I think that's going to be a fine night of basketball over there.
I might need to text Justin.
Not that we're telling you what to do.
No, but definitely feel like that one should be circled if it isn't already. TT rims out, goes 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. Couple substitutions. Denault Moore is in for Valley. There's a foul in transition. Here come the fouls. I mean, we got 4. I think once it updates, maybe 7 total here in the quarter already. And these are not the same officials from the girls' game.
I'm still trying to figure that one out. Maybe it was the traffic.
Maybe.
And
it could be.
That
just
is possible.
Ones. Yep. Jaden Ottaway, the junior, with it there for a moment.
Be interesting to see as the game progresses on, right? They're doing a great job moving their feet early. But we talked about this in the girls' game. That's how you get those blocking fouls, though. Your feet get a little bit sluggish, you get a little more tired, and then all of a sudden you're blocking. So they're going to have to maintain that or give a little bit of space, right? You might not be able to play that uptight defense quite as much as they were at the beginning.
It'll be 2 free throws because now already in the double bonus are the Tigers. Ottaway misses on the first. Got to give a shout out our camera guy here. Gavin's down on the baseline. He's getting good footage here. He's down on this near baseline, getting you your footage of the free throw shooters.
Good
Looks
crew.
great down there.
Yeah.
I did think he looked kind of funny when he pulled the chair up down there.
Just chilling.
Well, originally the bleachers were not behind him, and I was like, that's pretty bold right there. Ottaway does knock down the second one, so he's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Valley trying to get something rolling here, but it starts with defense. Nice pass on the low post inside to Joshua Charlatan.
Yeah, you're just seeing just a not quite the same defensive intensity, right? Southeast Polk looking a lot more comfortable when they're playing offense.
Ottaway with the fadeaway.
Good take.
Ottaway's gotten a couple good looks like that and finally able to drop one in the bucket. Valley's just going to try to turn this offense into defense here. Here's Gaffney. And a missed pass.
Yeah.
A little bit of miscommunication. Chris Zay went left.
He zigged when he thought he was going to zag.
Yeah. Grady thought for sure. That's what he was saying. He's like, oh, I thought you were going the other way.
Yep.
Fast start here overall for Southeast Polk. And really with Coach Stubbs at Grandview Christian, those are high-scoring teams.
Another staple for him is that 1-3-1 zone, half-court trap almost, and using their length, and they're in that right now. Let's see if they can get in there off a scramble. It gets tricky now.
Another strong defense by Southeast Polk forces the turnover.
That was Charlatan, just too big and too long, but they liked playing that at Grandview as well, that 1-3-1, and really using their length.
Charlatan, 6'4" sophomore. That one bounced out, will remain with Southeast Polk. This is a Rams team that has just kind of struggled the last couple of seasons, getting wins in the win column. Bodie Goodman, obviously a very talented guard for them, transferred to Waukee Northwest for his senior year. This definitely feels like a team, I know it's early, but just the pieces and how young they are, they might be set here for a little bit.
Yeah, you can really tell.
Boy.
A little more juice in them, right?
Thomas Childs able to fight through the contact and be rewarded with free throws here. 13.5 points per game in the first 2 games of the year. He's 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. First one rims out.
Depth too for Southeast Polk, right? A few different guys doing it, so.
Second one rolls in.
Out of ways.
Childs is on the board.
There you go.
Pass down on the low post. There goes the double. Valley trying to keep it moving. Here's a long three-pointer. Again, just not going to drop. They have yet to hit a 3 tonight. They've taken a lot. There's a nice poke away, though, by Denault Moore.
Yeah, very good job by Denault.
Boy, Moore slicing through traffic. Will Clayton, number 20, is on the floor right now. Schulburn tries to go up, can't get it to drop. Nice pass on the inside, but knocked away, and it's going to be Valley ball.
Good look, though, by 23, Chris Zay.
Manuel TT back in the game.
Back to a 1-3-1 set. Now, if you're Valley, what you want to do, you want to get 4 people in all those corners and really look to get that ball moving. That's how you beat this 1-3-1. Got to move it, though, because if you keep that ball in the corner, they're going to trap you, and you're going to be in all sorts of trouble. We used to call it Zing the basketball, right? So if you think about the letter Z, you want to keep it moving. When you hold on to it too long, it leads to steals and turnovers.
Ronjwe Norris goes all the way and gets fouled on the way up. Got tagged as he went to the basket with 9 seconds left. Ronjwe Norris does go to the charity stripe. 16 points per game for Grady this season in 2 games. First one is good.
It's funny how you can forget about the names on the jersey. You can just watch teams and be like, oh, yeah, they got guys who can play.
Grady knocks them both down from the line. The lead is 12. Valley going to try to maybe get it to a 1 possession. That's not going to help. TT with the rebound all the way down the floor. Ronjwe Norris off the glass, not going to go. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter, 19-7. Southeast Polk out of the gates running. We'll be right back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
I make it look easy. Hey, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Second quarter set to get rolling here at Valley High School. 19-7, Southeast Polk leads over the Valley Tigers. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening. Fast start here for Southeast Polk. And they get the ball to start quarter number 2.
Excuse me. Got a little sneeze there. All right. Well, very nice start for Southeast Polk. I was kind of watching Coach Stubbs in the huddle, and very complimentary. You know, he really liked the defensive energy. Let's see what they run kind of coming out. I think they were working on a set play maybe here.
Emmanuel Titi working on his defender. Hands this one off and fights it over to Henry Gaffney.
Little slip screen right there. TT gets isolated then, beats his defender, and then draws the help and dishes. Really good basketball by Southeast Polk.
Nice play around the screen, but Southeast Polk recovered well defensively.
Back into their man-to-man.
That one tried to be forced down low by Denault Moore. And we're going to throw it on the far side. Denault Moore, a senior for Valley. Jorgensen turns, not going to get it to go, and it's going to be out of bounds on Valley. Jorgensen's taken a lot of those shots. They're just not falling.
Tough shots.
Well covered. Just feels like the Tigers haven't had many open looks.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Got the punch to the nose right away, and they have them off kilter a little bit. Just Southeast Polk has come out so aggressive on defense.
TT on the spot-up jumper shorts it. I think you said it. Valley just hasn't had a lot of time to breathe defensively. I mean, TT is just running over. It's an over and back is the call, which TT did not knock it free, so that's a good call.
No, I think Luane was all over that one. That was a good call.
It's a suffocating defense right now. And I tell you, obviously you expect different things under a new head coach, but as someone that's now called the games here since 2021, this just looks different for Southeast Polk. It's just drastically different from what we've seen.
Just the execution, the quickness, the sharpness is really good. Passing has been tremendous.
Ronjman Norris with the bucket down low. He's got 8 already.
Look at the defensive pressure. Using their length. Ugh.
And Charlatan thought for sure he was hanging on tight and then just must have snuck a leg or snuck an arm in.
Yeah, but you know, their whole bench is into it. That is what you're talking about when you talk about the juice that they're bringing. They're playing hard. Yeah, he got called for foul, but it was a tough call.
Ottaway shorts it. Thought maybe he was going to have to go through a charge. TT on the other side can't get it to drop. Now we got a tie up for the basketball. It will stay with the Tigers.
Don't you feel that a little bit, though? It just feels like Valley's just having trouble kind of getting into a rhythm, I think. You know, they came into the game thinking like, oh, all right, this is going to be a good matchup for us. You know, we'll see what we can do. And it just feels like Southeast Polk has brought double the energy and confidence maybe a little bit too.
It's still early, but we are 0 for 4 on our games this week in terms of
competitiveness.
The competitiveness all the way.
This is by far the best, though. You can feel a little bit of it.
And Valley's the same thing. I mean, new head coach. You're going to have growing pains getting through a couple things.
don't kid yourself, too. It gets tricky for them. They got to just play basketball right now. Worry about playing good defense. Get stops, get rebounds. It becomes easy to get in your head that you're not the same team that's won three straight state titles. No one expects you to be. But you can play good basketball, and they have some good basketball players out there. Just stay confident and stay focused.
Sam Strawn missed that long three, but it was able to be recovered by Braden Schoberl. Now Schoberl, hands off, and a really nice play to Sam Strawn.
Yep. Good pass there. Got to get a couple stops, though, if you're Valley, right? Just one possession at a time. Force contested jump shots, get rebounds.
Anything to string possessions together. Offensive foul is called on Charlotten. Could that be what Valley needs to get a couple together here?
It's 2 fouls on Charlotten. Something to keep an eye on.
And he's been pretty crucial here in this first half.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So now Zay will check in for Charlotten. Expect him to sit for a little bit here at least. Not sure if Stubbs is one of those 2 fouls at a half, you're out kind of guy, but.
How would you play it?
I feel like maybe in the last minute. It just kind of depends on possession.
Me too. Just depends.
Growing up an Iowa fan, Fran McCaffrey was always 2 fouls.
I was never a big
we won't
fan
ever
of
see
that.
again.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that.
3-pointer from the
How about
wing.
that? There you
Sam
go.
Strawn, couple big points off the bench for the senior.
Okay, now you got to keep doing it on the defensive end. Got a turnover here, right? They're taking a little better care of the basketball up front, and it's leading to better shots down once they get past the pressure.
Seeing the floor just a little bit better. You're seeing a little bit better passing lanes.
Funny when the ball goes through the hoop too. You know, kind of loosens you up a little bit, and see if they can't get another bucket here.
Jorgensen picked up by TT. Ottaway, all the way, gets fouled.
Good take.
They've only been to the free throw line once tonight.
Okay, kind of chipping away here. Still got 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
That is 3 fouls now on Chris Zay. So foul trouble might be a thing here for Southeast Polk.
And so on the flip side of that, if you're Valley right now, you're trying to chip your way back into this game, you got to keep attacking, right? That's a really easy way to get back into a basketball game is keep getting to that foul line, make free throws while the clock stops.
I don't see a substitution coming in for Zay, so we're going to let him ride here.
And
Ottaway able to knock it down. Back within 10. Valley has not committed a foul yet this quarter.
I feel like their defense has been better as well.
I think I say that, and now they got a foul. So it's on Southeast Polk. It was an offensive foul, so TT gets whistled. That's
I didn't
4
see
fouls.
it.
Yeah,
I
it had to
didn't see
be.
it. That's
right
his
within.
second as well, though. That's I think Coach Stubbs is answering your question about what he thinks of the 2-foul rule.
Strawn for 3.
Feeling it. Feeling it.
Sam Strawn off the bench, making plays. Valley's back within 7. Here's a steal by Ottaway. Ottaway pushing the floor, and the putback dunk is not going to count. I think it's going to be on the floor.
That kind of came out of nowhere by Denault Moore, though.
What a play by the senior Denault Moore, but the foul was on Ottaway, so it does not count. But boy, he took a little bit of life into this arena here.
Well, it's either way, got a chance to cut this lead to 5, and we talk about this a lot, Blake, right? The defensive intensity is what's leading to runs. So now Valley has picked up their defense a little bit. It's led to some runouts and chipping right back into this ball game.
I tell you what, though, the free throw line's not kind to Valley right now. They're just struggling to get something to drop. Ottaway will try again.
How about Sam Strawn just coming out firing in the second quarter? Oh,
Talked
get
about
back.
people that play themselves into minutes. He's one of them. And Sam gets whistled on the foul. As Ronjwin Norris goes all the way. And was he shooting? No, he was not.
Coach Ricky's not going to like that one at all, though. That's just transition defense. You got to get back and get matched up. But good job by Southeast Polk noticing and kicking it ahead.
Inbound play. Charlatan gets it swatted from behind. Charlatan for three. Quiets the run for Valley.
Man, nice looking player, isn't he? A couple nice little dribble penetrations. They were patient. They moved the ball. Good basketball.
Ottaway with the response. No. Rebound snagged away. And now all the way down the floor to TT. Makes the play and now tries to set himself up on defense. Good defense by Strawn. TT all the way to the basket and gets it to drop.
Yeah, kind of settle in. Really nice. Nice job by TT. Good finish high off the glass.
There are some playmakers on the floor as we got a touch foul called on Grady Ronjwin-Norris.
I like it, too. It feels kind of like Valley's figuring out some things rotation-wise, who they like having on the floor together. Playing much better basketball in the second quarter.
That's double bonus right now for Southeast Polk on their side, I guess. So Valley will be shooting free throws the rest of the way, and there's still 3 minutes to go.
It's 2 now on Braunschweig-Norris.
But Altmore misses everything to the left.
I don't see it very much like a full.
Like
you see it short mostly, right?
I don't know if I've ever seen it all the way to the left.
Close the doors, people. Come on. It's windy out.
Yeah.
Attaboy. Good
Responds
job.
well.
Yeah, that's right. Good job.
If you believe it, that's his first point of the night.
Yeah.
The dunk out of the gym did not count. Tigers back within 10.
Much better job cutting off that dribble drive there.
Foul called on to Altmore. Boy, he was close to a technical because once the whistle was blown, he went right in the ref's face.
Yeah.
Was not happy about it.
I think that was a little bit of it, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't so much that he was so emphatic, but it was just that he was coming towards him. Okay, let's see what Southeast Polk runs off the sideline.
TT was open. Now he hands off to Gaffney. Altmore skies for the rebound. Charlatan gets his own block. And then a foul is called on Southeast Polk.
Altmore is quite an athlete.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he really gets up. That's 3.
So Zay's got 3 fouls, and Charlatan's got 3 fouls. Boy, things are going to get really interesting very quickly for Southeast Polk. You're almost going to have to sub them out now.
The intensity in the gym is really picked up.
It's picked up.
Huge.
Moore gets his first free throw to drop.
Bit of a flusher there. He's had an interesting, adventurous time at the free throw line tonight.
And now Charlatan will check out. They bring in Jordan Perry for him.
All right, let's see if Southeast Polk, they're doing a nice job in their half-court offense. The one thing during this run, they've been able to execute some things. TT getting to the hoop a little bit, setting up some of his shooters.
Ronjwin-Norris not going to go. Childs tries to go for the rebound. Now back and forth, Valley trying to get the offense rolling again.
Good pass.
Heibels, nothing there. Rebound and back up and in.
Yeah, he's a really strong kid, Heibels is, you know. He kind of is a space clearer underneath. Was able to stick with it and gets him within 6.
Childs hands off and dropped in by Henry Gaffney.
I like Gaffney.
He's a good cutter. I mean, he gets down inside, does a really nice job finding the open man.
Has a very good basketball body, too, right? 6'4", can shoot it a little bit, handles it well, uses his length.
Strawn needs help. Ottaway through traffic and gets it to drop.
Just look like a different team. They've settled in, right? They're playing basketball. been very impressed in the second quarter. Both teams playing good basketball.
I think obviously first game at home, jitters might have been there a little bit.
Absolutely.
Just over a minute to go here in the first half. Valley has tightened things up. They trailed 19-7 at the quarter break.
Credit to Coach Ricky, though, right? Nice job. He remained very calm. He used a couple timeouts to get his troops organized, and now he's got them right back in the game. You know, they got 1 minute and then halftime adjustments, and I think we're going to have a great second half.
Nice quick first step for TT, and the fadeaway jumper goes.
Good stuff right there.
Rams by 8. Sam Strawn. He's been the hot
Good
hand all night long. It's his third three-pointer of the quarter.
He looked at his bench and he's like, man, my hand, it's on fire. It's hot.
Shot clock is dead. I think number 2 will be starting in the second half for Valley.
I think you're correct.
This could be a big possession here depending on how Southeast Polk does it to try to extend the lead into the half. He's got 10 seconds on the clock. He's waiting for Coach Stubbs, and now Coach gives him a signal with 7 seconds. TT, all by himself. Three-pointer is no good. Not the prettiest possession to end the half. They're going to have to work on that. 32-27. We got a good first half going. Second half in just a few moments. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat and Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat and Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
It's halftime here at Valley High School. The Tigers trailing Southeast Polk 32-27. Blake Walker, Chris Larson with you here. It was 19-7 at the end of the first quarter, and then Valley kind of sat up in the chair a little bit and said, all right, let's get the offense rolling. 32-27 here. Sam Strawn off the bench, 11 points in this game so far. He had just 2 points in the loss against Ankeny. We welcome you here to the, I wouldn't say the broadcast booth, but we're here on camera once again. Sam Strong, big minutes for him. He's really got Valley back in this.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about him a little bit. One of the returners that, spotted minutes, probably got a lot of great reps in practice against some really good players. Has a really quick release, and I just thought Valley settled in a little bit. I thought they got a few stops on defense and almost looked as if it was like, hey, let's start playing basketball. It came out, whether it's flat or a little nervous in their first home game, but really great second quarter led by Strawn.
Manuel TT leads Southeast Polk with 9. Just kind of been back and forth. Southeast Polk's had a response for everything Valley's thrown at them, but they weren't getting the baskets as well in that second quarter. And also, Chris, foul trouble. Southeast Polk, if we're basing what we saw in the first half, they are going to struggle going down the back half.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Ricky, I'm going right at 22 Charlotte and right as soon as this quarter starts. And you're going to try and run whatever you can to get him maybe a little isolated, even if it's in some high pick and rolls, and tell your cards that we're really going to attack him. Because they're a different team when he's off the floor, and his foul trouble was a big part of the second quarter. On the opposite side, Coach Stubbs has to figure out, does he want to go back to that 1-3-1 zone? How's he going to manage some of this foul situation to get to winning time in the fourth quarter?
It's going to be all interesting to see as Valley trying to get their first win under Coach Ricky, and Southeast Polk trying to move to 2-1 on the season after losing to Johnston on Tuesday night. We'll take a break, and when we come back, second half of action ready to go from Valley High School. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hey! faint of heart, we always playing rough.
Magnet.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here this evening. Southeast Polk leading over Valley 32-27 is your score. Second half ready to get moving here. Big minutes here for Southeast Polk this third quarter. If you're either Zay or you're Charlatan, what do you tell the player defensively when he goes into the second half and he's got 3 fouls?
Well, you talk about feet. You know, that's where defense starts. You start with the feet, and when your feet get lazy, well, I'd say feet and your brain, right? Because you got to be a step ahead, and then your feet have to be moving before you want to play defense. Because if you wait and you try and react, that's where your hands get involved. And the only time you really want your hands to be working is in a passing lane or something. But when you're on ball, they're getting almost all of Charlatan's fouls are because he's putting his hands on them, and now all of a sudden the ref has the opportunity to call it. They might not call everyone, but when you have 3 fouls, you can't afford to, put your team in jeopardy by having the opportunity for them to call a foul.
We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting situation. Whatever happens here in the third and fourth quarters.
I love these early season matchups, though. I think it's so much fun. Like, if you're Valley, you're starting to learn a little bit more about your team, right? Like, oh, we got down, everybody's a little bit nervous, and then you're like, oh, we can fight and claw our way out of it. I think we talked about Coach Ricky's pedigree and some of the coaches he coached under to learn the game of basketball. Right there is what you're seeing, right? No panic in him. I thought he made some nice, just subtle adjustments to slow his kids down, and you're seeing a lot of really good basketball in the second quarter. I can't wait to see what this second half has. I believe it's Valley's ball to start, I think. Nope, Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk.
Let's hear from the Pet Band. Thank you, Pet Band. Nice job.
All right, second half, ready to get going. One of those crucial early season games. One of those that you're going to look back on before Christmas break and be like, all right, this is how we did.
Yeah.
2 teams that feel very even.
I just hope it's a battle, right? Let's see. Let's see if we got a little set coming out of Southeast Polk to start. Look at that.
Thomas Childs, 4-3.
Beautiful. Nice job by Coach Stubbs.
Knocks down the long 3-pointer. He was 6 of 14 coming into tonight, so that's his shot.
You always like that. And at halftime, talk about something you could run to get yourself off to a good start in the second half. That was a kick, I think. Good pass.
Hybels on the low post. Tried to dunk it with one hand, and in and out it goes. It hit a light all the way at the very top.
I'm guessing Hybels is a pretty good football player. Call me crazy, but he's got
I don't remember saying his name.
You don't remember saying his name? He had to be, right?
I don't. Poor kid's missed 2 dunks. Coach Ricky's going to be like, hey, man, just lay it up. Just lay it up.
At this point in the game, right? Like, you needed a bucket.
May or may not have given away 4 points. And in a game like this, I mean, those are the ones that are going to come back.
Good box out.
But that's what he is good at.
Right?
He's a very good rebounder. Strawn over in the corner to Jorgensen. Ottaway, all the way, and up and good.
That was good early defense. Oh, and then a turnover. You got to take care of that ball if you're Southeast Polk. You don't want to give away any of these possessions in the second half.
Boy, Gavin took a shot right in the shin. I hope he's okay. Our camera guy, he was on the recipient end of that errant pass.
You got to be tough down there, right? Yeah.
Head on a swivel. See if Valley can string together a couple points. Ottaway drew a double momentarily. They decide less of it. Jorgensen spots up and shorts it. Schulberl is on the rebound. Taken away by Southeast Polk. Ball's on the ground, and Schulberl picks it up.
Good glue guy, right? He's been in the right spot at the right time often tonight.
Ottaway gets fouled. You could hear that all the way from over here. There was a big slap on the arm.
I think. Yeah, Charlotte. And that's what we talked about, right? That's a big part of the high school basketball game, and I think we talked about that a little bit on Tuesday, managing a game. So that's something, he's a very talented young man, but that's something he's going to have to learn. That's kind of just a silly foul. I honestly, it's probably going to be a turnover either way. Let's kind of mark this down, too, at the 6-minute mark of the third quarter.
Strawn for three. Why not?
Stays hot.
4 3-pointers for Sam Strawn. He had 2 points in the win or in the loss against Ankeny.
Feeling it tonight here at home.
I was going to say, maybe that was the difference.
Well, playing with confidence too, right? Getting after it on the defensive end as well.
Gaffney back down. Great defense by Valley. 10 on the shot clock. Childs for 3. And 1. No, it's an offensive foul.
Oh. That's a tough call. That's a tough call.
Henry Gaffney gets the whistle. And Valley has a chance to tie it on this possession.
Have a mom taping the game right in front of us, and I got a good look at the replay. He did kind of stick his tush out, and you know, I
delete
saw
that portion on the phone.
Right. You don't want to see that part of it.
You get home and argue about it. Maybe you're not quite
right. Boy, we're in a dogfight right now, though. Both teams doing a good job defensively. Nothing's coming easy for either squad.
Southeast Polk ran a really good play out of the halftime break, and that's it. They really haven't done anything else. That's the only shot they've made. Granted, Valley only has 5 points themselves. Strawn floats it, no. Ron Juanoris on the rebound. He'll hand it off to Gaffney. Good. Unselfish basketball. That was Thomas Childs on the layup.
Yeah, good basketball, staying wide, right? 2-on-1 break, stay wide on that lane line.
Jorgensen travels.
Yep.
Thought about a 3 for a split second, then he threw it away. I think for Southeast Polk, you're just trying to create some momentum. Obviously, on the road, it's tough. Valley student section is probably one of the tougher because they're right there at the baseline, one of the few in the CIML that are on the baseline.
That's where you got to just take care of the basketball, get good shots every possession. That's a good shot.
Jordan Perry, nice floater. Gets him back above 7. That's pretty good considering just like that we were at a 3-point game.
See what Denault Moore can bring off the bench. I thought he gave him good minutes in the first half.
Boy, TT really strong defensively, trying to knock it away, and it's an offensive foul on Ottaway.
Yep, good call right there, too. That's good defense, right? And so I like it when they reward good defense.
It's the type of defense where if I was going against it, it's the one where you get frustrated, then you start pushing because you're like, well, man, it feels like he's pushing me.
We used to always talk about this. We wanted to play so hard on defense that you could see it in the opponent's eyes. They just wanted the game to be done.
Yeah.
They were just like, let's just be done because we're so sick of you playing defense against us.
Jordan Perry shorts that one. Rebound snagged away. Here comes Denault Moore.
Oh, baby.
He could tell the student section saw it from a mile away when he got to half court and slammed it home. And then a forced turnover on the other side, and Valley's got some momentum rolling in the middle of the third quarter.
Is Denault a football player?
That name I do
recognize. I was thinking when I watched the semifinal that very athletic young man.
You know, I see Jade McGregor in that front row, and he's so emphatic for his teammates, his former teammates. Is there a world where Jade McGregor says, you know what? Maybe I do put the jersey on one more time. But boy, what a high-flying play. Take a look at the replay. Boy, he even slung it back a little bit with the one hand. Nicely done.
Just like you used to do back in the day, Blake.
Clearly.
Okay, got to get a stop if you're Valley, though. You still got to keep chipping away, and that's going to happen on the defensive end of the floor.
TT, 4-3. How about that a part of his game?
Yeah, really, really nice night for him so far. Happy to see him getting off to such a good start in his senior year.
He's got 12. Southeast Polk student section finally making some noise. I swear I haven't heard him all night. Joe Burrell hands that one back off. Plenty of time on the shot clock here.
I will say Southeast Polk's ramping up the defensive intensity a little bit, doing a good job moving their feet. Good help right there.
8 seconds.
Tough shot. Yeah, tough shot.
Shelburne missed it, but a foul on the floor against Henry Gaffney.
It's one of those he was trying to box out, you know, and it's kind of off the ball, but probably a good call.
Not a bailout for Valley, but that was not a good possession by the Tigers.
Right.
Sam Strachan was not on the court there. Now he's back in. I feel like if you're Coach Ricky, you're going to have to play him. I mean, he's probably going to have to play the rest of the way. This is where you test your conditioning the first 3 weeks of the season. How many up-downs have you been doing?
Oh, good cut.
Strachan gets it swatted from behind by Jordan Perry. And all the way to the other end on a high floating layup is Thomas Childs. He's got 7 this quarter. How about this response by Southeast Polk?
Excellent.
Back to a 10-point lead after only being up by 3.
I feel like they've really done it on the defensive side of the court, though. They've given Valley nothing easy. And it's led to some easy points for them on the other end.
Strachan pulls up and splashes it home.
He's a really good offensive player. I think Valley's going to get a timeout here.
30-second timeout on the floor by Coach Ricky. Not a bad timeout.
No, not at all. Not at all.
44-36. Sam Strachan currently with 16 unofficially.
Well, and not only just having 16, but really good basketball, right? Like right there, he's obviously knocking down his perimeter threes. That time, he little shot fake, put it on the floor, found a little space in the lane, hit his mid-range, scoring at all the levels right now. I think Coach Ricky called that timeout because he knows we got to get some stops, though, right? You're still down 8 points. You feel like
can't trade baskets.
Yeah, right. You can't kind of like have a 4-0 run and then a 4-0 run. You gotta figure out a way to be down, you know, let's say under 5 by the time the fourth quarter starts.
It will be Southeast Polk ball out of the timeout. Valley just 1 foul this quarter, Southeast Polk just 3. So doing a better job on that end.
I like this matchup here, too. Mora and TT. That's 2 really good athletes. Ooh.
Ron Norris bobbles it for a second. Now he's caught up. Good defense by Jorgensen.
Very good. Timeout.
Coach Stubbs will call a timeout with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Clearly, Coach Stubbs sees this as a very important possession.
Yeah, well, I think you can feel it in both coaches, right? They're at that threshold where if you're Coach Stubbs, you're like, hey, I feel like if we can get a 4-0 run and get it to double figures before fourth quarter, then we're going to really have the game in control. On the flip side, we just talked about it for Valley. They're trying to scrap and claw to figure out how can we have it under 5, because that's going to really dictate how the fourth quarter goes.
So we'll see what Coach Stubbs drew up out of the timeout. I mean, the last time he drew up a play out of a break was at halftime, and we saw that worked out pretty well. So,
yeah,
he's going to try to do it again.
Let's get a good look here. That time, I believe, was for Childs for a little dribble handoff 3. Let's see what he dials up this time.
Under 10 on the shot clock.
Okay, similar action there.
Valley seems to have read it pretty well. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They're not going to get a shot off.
That's going to be it. Oh,
and
is he going
to foul? No.
Yeah.
What happened first? Shot clock violation happened first.
I think that's a good call. You know, sometimes you got to use common sense too, right? Like, I think common sense would tell you that was the right basketball call.
I was going to say, that was going to be a really fun call for the officials to make in here. So Valley gets it back off the defensive stand, trailing by 8. Hybels inside, can't get it to drop.
That's why he's trying to dunk.
I was going to say, I mean, maybe he would have dunked that if it wasn't for the 2 misses before.
Man, good offense.
Childs had plenty of time. Instead, he spots up for a 3. Denault Moore gets it ripped away. They fight for the basketball.
That's a foul.
Jump ball. Moore turned into his football player
Yeah,
form.
he sure did, didn't he?
Went right in with his shoulder.
Well, his first mistake, he did a great job on the rebound, but then he started dribbling in traffic, and he probably needed to get it to one of his more primary ball handlers. But then after that, he probably got away with a foul. But, you know, sometimes that's why you like to have football players on your team, because sometimes basketball is a physical sport, and you need to go get those loose balls.
The Southeast Polk student section has made their way to the baseline after the bet band was done.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up. Big spot here for Valley.
Need a bucket for sure.
Here's Jorgensen. Tries to take it through traffic. It's off the side of the backboard.
Man, just really been a rough night for him so far.
TT in traffic.
I would've liked-
Heibel skies for the rebound. Shot clock is dead. Denault Moore gets it by himself and misses the dunk. That's 3 missed dunks tonight for Valley. And that's 6 points missed for Valley. So
Yeah,
if you look at it, you're only down by 2.
Coach Stubbs was trying to slow him down to get that last shot. Now he finally has, which to his happiness, and he's going to get the ball to start the fourth quarter.
And a foul on Jack Tracy. He is not shooting free throws yet.
So if you can execute an out of bounds underneath right here and get a bucket and get the ball to start the fourth quarter, this can be a really huge shift to start the fourth quarter and finish his game.
Sessionero is, in fact, with the
Yeah.
Rams. They
Good.
subbed their big men out, and they put in Charlatan.
Yeah. Best OB right now, you got to try and run. That's got to look.
Childs for 3. Got it!
Huge, huge.
Once again, that half starts with a three-pointer by Childs off the inbound, and it ends with a three-pointer by Childs off the inbound. What an ending there for the Rams. 47-36. Rams lead over the Tigers. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Run, jump, lift, swim, compete, connect, breathe. Whatever your workout, you'll find it at the Y, plus a whole lot more. Right now, you can try the Y for free. Visit any branch or online at dmymca.org. One membership, endless opportunities. Your YMCA.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Fourth quarter, ready to go here at Valley High School. Blake Walker, Chris Larson along with you here. Had a fun night of basketball. Southeast Polk leads over Valley by 11. How about Thomas Childs? Had 1 point going into the half. He's got 11 already.
It's kind of been the story of the night, right, for Southeast Polk. Let's see if they don't run something and try and get him another look. They did.
TT through the traffic and one.
We talked about that, right? The missed dunk, not getting, good job by Coach Stubbs getting his guys organized to get that last shot. Was able to draw the foul and then off the inbound or the out of bounds underneath three-pointer. Now they have a chance for a three-point play, and all of a sudden you're up 14
I was
if
going
you
to
make
say,
the free throw.
Before that inbound, before the end of the quarter, it was 44-36.
Right.
And just like that, it's 50-36.
Well, and don't forget they had a missed dunk.
Yeah.
When he makes that dunk, it's he's down to a 6-point
Again,
game.
a 6-point swing. Valley has missed 3 dunks tonight. Ottaway all the way.
There you go. Kind of how Valley's been tonight, though. Every time you kind of feel like they're out of it, they'll make a little run. So let's see what they got in them.
Boy, Childs thought about it again. Now he does take it. Rims out. TT tries to get the rebound, but it's out of bounds. Thomas Childs trying to respond with Sam Strawn's three-pointers tonight.
Ooh. Man.
Close.
One thing I've noticed a lot in this early week, I've watched a couple games on film. Too many guards with sloppy ball handling and passing.
On inbounds or just?
Yeah, just inbounds and on the perimeter, right? That's still a skill you got to get better at. I know a lot of kids are playing more and more, but some of those little intricacies I'd like to see tightened up just a little bit.
And defensively, you're
are
going to be
quick
on
and
it.
athletic, yeah.
Moore trying to take matters into his own hands, tried to go baseline. Strawn fires. Ill-advised shot, but Heibels is on the rebound.
Gotta have it.
Sam gets another chance and won't go. And it goes to Southeast Polk.
And he's got a quick release, though, doesn't he?
Fits the mold of a pure shooter in Class 5A, I can tell you that.
And, you know, you need those guys. They spread the floor. They create so many things for other kids as well. I like this by Coach Stubbs.
I was going to say, are we going to see this a little bit?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a big fan of that game management, right? Go play to win a game.
Let the clock do what
then
you
execute
want it to do.
At the end of the shot clock.
Charlatan gets fouled on the way up.
I mean, that's a perfect possession for them, right? They bled off 35 seconds. They get to the foul line. And here's the deal. You can start winning the game now, right? You don't want to get into it where you're shooting every 10 seconds and having more and more possessions as the game finishes out.
That's Charlatan's first point of the second half. He had 7 in the first half. I will also say it's still a little bit to go, but Southeast Polk has done a good job not fouling. Obviously, that was a big storyline going into the half. It has been non-existent here in the second half.
No, I think their defensive energy and pressure has been really good.
Heibels for 3. Not going to drop.
Yeah.
Southeast Polk with a chance to really pull away here. Charlatan all the way and gets fouled on the floor by Denault Moore. Now it's kind of like as if Joshua was saying, well, this is what you did with me in the first half, so I'm just going to go back and do it again.
And that's good job by him, right? Kind of feeling like maybe that was how it was called on him. See if they are going to pull it out here and run some clock. Yep. Coach Stubbs is trying to.
And for some players, I bet that's the hardest thing to do.
Absolutely, but it's winning basketball too. You know, I think even with the shot clock, you got to understand it's not just running up and down and shooting threes. You know, it's burning your shot clock, but then executing at the end of it.
Because once again, another long possession will end in a foul.
I know you're a Hawkeye, and that's what you're going to see out of Coach McCollum all year, right? That's why he's a winner.
Only scored 52 points against Michigan State.
It'll get better. It'll get better.
Alondra Norris knocks down his first.
It's a pretty tough opening test.
It is. I get Maryland tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fun. A lot of fun college basketball tomorrow.
Yeah.
Iowa State and Purdue.
That game might save the Iowa State University from a sorrowful weekend. We'll take a break. 53-38. Southeast Polk leads.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
53-38, Southeast Polk leading over Valley. Trying to get their second win of the season, move to 1-1 in CIML play. And oh, by the way, it'd be their first win over Valley since 2020.
So what was the year? Oh, sorry, I was going to try and get. I remember they.
Are you thinking they played in a tournament?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. If there was a year they played 3 times.
Right there, 2022. The score's broken. It says 71-0. Well, actually, that'd be the other year.
I'm pretty sure they didn't lose 71-0.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Valley was good in those years.
Sometimes there is a glitch on that end.
Not over at Bound.
Never.
No mistakes there.
I can say that because I work for it.
Little friendly jab.
Wait, how about this lead? I mean, 16 points. It was a 3-point game in the third quarter. Nice tough layup up and good by Braden Schulberg.
Didn't we talk about it, though? The game was going to go one of two ways, and that was that huge stretch. Valley is going to come out with a little full court pressure, but that huge stretch, and what Southeast Polk do, they executed and they stretched their lead out. The game was in the balance right there.
I do feel like on that third missed dunk that we saw, it felt like Valley was starting to string.
Yep.
And then you missed that dunk, and then there's a turnover on the other side. It's just...
And I love the way Southeast Polk is finishing this game off.
Manuel Titi all the way and gets fouled.
Yeah.
Shooting two.
You know, the other thing that it does, and boy, if you're watching this, and I think some of our coaches, start to realize this, you work kids for 35 seconds, and their defense gets a little sloppy, and you get to the foul line, right? You do that. If he does that same move with 30 seconds on the shot clock, he probably doesn't get fouled.
First one's in and out. Is this the Southeast Polk team? I'll put you on the spot. Is this the team that will be in a regional final?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I really do. I think they have a lot of pieces, and I think they're only going to get better, too, as they get more comfortable with each other. Really impressed with them on the defensive end. And then, this kind of ending, and we'll see how these last 5 minutes go, but the way they're going into winning the game, who they remind me a lot of is Johnston.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Johnston's won a lot of basketball games in the last several years.
Ottaway will step up and
Very
fire
nice.
and knock
Very
it
nice.
down.
But let's also say Valley, I think, is going to have some really nice games and some good wins this year too. It might take them a little bit of time to figure it all out, but they've learned a lot of good things about their team.
And we've seen it, even with Northwest last year, Waukee a couple of years. Every team has an off night. Sam Strawn with the rebound and can't get the three-pointer to drop. Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to Valley.
I think I'll put you on the spot. I feel like right now in Central Iowa, you have Waukee and Northwest.
There's your top two.
And everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody else, it's going to be fun to see who rises in that. Because not that they're not. I think the Waukee and Northwest are great.
Right.
I think there's some really opportunities for really good teams from some of these other teams.
Well, and I just don't know. As Strawn knocks down another three.
Good dribble penetration that time by Attaway there to set him up.
Gets it back within 10.
It's not over yet.
Another almost out of bounds play. I was saying, usually there's always that one team out in Eastern Iowa. This year it just feels like it's not as strong as it's been. Kennedy, I think, will still be pretty solid. And
boy, did you see the numbers though? There's a
roster's
couple really. I think
tough,
North Scott's going to be really good.
Yeah. Josiah Harrington looks like
he's a real deal.
Had 45 the other night. They're 5A, 4A. They should be 4A or 3A. Excuse me.
No. They're 4A.
They're
4A. Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough 4A school.
I'm pretty sure.
Bronzra Norris almost was thinking about going up for the dunk, but a foul is called. Coach Ricky wanted a jump ball. One of the Iowa City schools probably going to show up. You never know.
Cedar Falls.
Yep,
That's
Cedar
a good
Falls
squad.
always good basketball. Free throws upcoming.
But it's going to be a fun year.
I can't wait. I don't think the matchups have been released for the MVC CIML crossover yet.
Right.
Usually they wait.
It's always so fun to see kind of how they stack up with each other too, right? Like I said, it might take us back 4 or 5 years where I think Waukee and Northwest, though, you could really see them rising up to the top. Oh my
Another missed dunk. Hybels has 4 or 3 missed dunks on his own. Tate gets it to go. I don't think Valley's going to be allowed to dunk the rest of the year, or at least for a few weeks. I don't even know what that conversation looks like in the locker room.
I don't know for sure what you say to them.
Like, I get it, guys. You can dunk, but, I mean, if you're fully confident, you're going to make it.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. I kind of like the aggressiveness.
Oh, yeah.
And get better, right?
Is it? Yeah.
And that is something you can actually practice, though, right? So get him with your big man coach, work on catching the ball, maybe a power dribble and go up. And what's happening, the ball's kind of flying out of his hands, and so maybe, he's just not quite used to it. So I like the aggressiveness. I like that he's in position to do it, but you got to execute. You got to finish.
That's 8 points left off the board tonight. It would be 59-53. This time, Heibel shorts the layup, gets his own rebound, and puts it up and in.
I do think the missed dunks, you know, like you see that, but he has played a good floor game. He's a good rebounder.
He's a great
active
rebounder.
inside. He's going to be a real big asset for them as the year goes on.
Oh, a foul.
You call that a foul?
And one. I thought maybe they get a travel on Jack Tracy. He took a little bit of an extra step to finish, but he'll go to the line. That's his first bucket of the night. Dalton Moore is back in. And again, you're down by 11. Nope, 12. You make this free throw, you're down by 11. Guess what? You'd be down by 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to keep thinking about that because that's a stat that if you're Coach Ricky and you're looking at film tomorrow morning, you're going to be like, man, we left points. Ron Norris gets fouled on the way up.
No, again, I think you can see a lot of positives on both sides, though. On the Valley side, I really think there's been no quit, right?
No.
And I think that's been impressive for them, and it really gives Coach Ricky something to build off of. On the Southeast Polk side, I continue to say the ball movement and this execution down the stretch, you can win a lot of games playing like this, right? If it looks like they're going to be the kind of team that is going to be really hard to beat if they have you down going into the fourth quarter.
A lot of good set plays tonight by Coach Stubbs. You expect that out of him.
Yeah, just and good ball movement. A lot of different people doing good things.
Jorgensen spots up for 3
There
and
you
splashes
go.
it home.
Good. He's a better player than tonight, right? It's been a rough night for him. Get a steal. Never know.
Three-pointer again. Hey. There it is. Jack Tracy.
Go ahead and say it.
63-55.
I know you want to say it.
It'd be a tie game. It'd be a tie game if it weren't for those dunks. TT. Charlatan gets it stolen. Up ahead. Jorgensen lays it up and in. It's a 6-point
just like
game.
that, it's 6 points with 1:45 left.
Oh, my goodness.
I take back everything I said.
Unbelievable. 30-second timeout. 63-57.
You know, it's kind of interesting here. This is part of growing into a program too, right? You know, and it's kind of building on. Got some new faces. You got a new coach. You got now it's, everybody's panicking a little bit. You can kind of hear it, almost the murmurs in the crowd. You got to go win a game. You know, do you remember Brad Stevens has a great quote that says, "You earn the right to win a game."
Yep.
And we used to talk about that a lot. You earn wins, and it's so much harder than people understand because Valley has no quit in them, right? And yeah, it was looking pretty good, and then just like that, 8-0 run, and they're right back in it. Now, if your Southeast Polk gets settled down, take care of the basketball. Yeah. This possession has to end with either a layup or you on the foul line.
I haven't heard Brad Stevens' name in a long time. Where's he at? Not in the NBA. I think
he's not the. I think he's the president for the Celtics. Is he not?
Oh yes, he's the president. Not coaching anymore.
Right, correct.
Which he should be.
Get it out of there, yeah.
I was gonna say, do you want to? How much do you want to waste time here if you're Southeast Polk?
Yeah,
Jorgensen's wanting a foul. They're just not giving it to him.
Now you probably want to play defense though if you're Valley.
Perry, nothing there. 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Boy, they're not going to shoot.
No, they're going to. Here you go. Now they're going to get in Charlatan.
Charlatan up and in. That is how you do an offense position this late.
Good job by Southeast Polk, right? And that shows a lot about your team, right? They were able to really execute.
Jack Tracy, a couple really good minutes here. Jorgensen tried to pass it to Donalt Moore, but he fell down as he tried to go.
And you know, Blake, one of the things I will say, sometimes the most impressive, plays in a game are like they're not shooting for 35 seconds was really impressive because it would have been easy.
They had open
opportunities.
Looks.
That was really good winning basketball. Let's see if they can do it again now. Take care of it.
You surprised Valley's not fouling yet?
Yes. Now, well, There you go.
Steal. Ottaway up over top of Emmanuel Titi. Strawn can't get it to go, but he got fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line.
Good call. One thing against this pressure, one thing you really don't want to do, you don't want to get caught right after half court, and that's happened to him a couple times. This corner has kind of been a bad spot for him, so you really got to be cautious if you're going to attack. I would prefer if they were a little bit more on the pass. Take a 2 dribble. We always said 2-3 dribbles, get rid of it. Get rid of it as quick as possible.
Strawn knocks it down.
And they have a lot of good ball handlers, right?
Strawn had 2 points against Ankeny on Tuesday night. He's got 20.
That's why you have an average.
I was going
right?
to say. Hybels will check out of the ball game. Well, he checked out, and now
checked in.
He's going to check back in. Now we got 6 Tigers on the floor. Now comes Moore back out. What was that?
It's early. It's early for everybody.
I was like, what was that?
It's early for everybody.
I think actually Coach Ricky was maybe calling him over to talk to him instead of sub him out.
Got it. Really nice night for Strawn, though. So impressed. Got to trap hard, though. You only got 40 seconds left. You got to get up there now. Keep it out of that corner. Yeah.
Childs got it across. Still not fouling. Now they call timeout.
Begrudgingly called that timeout.
So timeout, 65-59. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
We'll wait till the final second goes by. We'll see what the final score tally is.
If you've been listening, you know.
It is a full timeout. We'll just stay here during this one. Let me see if I can get any scores. See if any 5A girls scores went in that I can help you on.
What a week for Southeast Polk, though, too, right? Going on the road to Johnston. Am I correct? Was it on the road?
Yeah, fell short by 10.
But, good battle, and then coming if they can finish off this win. And Valley, I guess that's life in this next tier, right? Because they're all really close games.
Northwest beats Urbandale 81-69. I tell you what, Urbandale's going to make some people sweat this year. Ankeny's only up 45-39 over Centennial. No update on Milwaukee Johnston.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know about you, but after what I saw on the other night, good for Centennial.
Especially when you see Ankeny and Valley.
Yep.
But again, in
it's
Centennial's
early.
defense, that was a tall task on Friday or on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Like just the home
Your
atmosphere.
first game of the year.
Yeah.
And we always say it in football. Centennial Ankeny, it doesn't matter how good either team is. The one team they might not even win a game. It doesn't matter. They'll still play close. Errant pass. Jorgensen with the steal.
All right.
They don't need a 3. Jorgensen takes the 2, and it won't go. Now they're going to have to foul. That was going to have to be a make, most likely.
Though, both these coaches, obviously, Coach Stubbs is going to be much happier with the win, but both of them, so many great learning opportunities in this game, right? And all the games before Christmas, that's really what it's about. It's about learning, growing as a team, making yourself better for that stretch run.
And most of the time, you see a majority of the CIML before Christmas. Only a couple rare teams that you'll play after.
Right.
I've always appreciated that Milwaukee Northwest usually play the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks of December, and then they'll play late January.
Which, by the way, I think me and you get to be over for, which
that's going to be a wild
I'm looking forward to that.
At Northwest will be fun.
Absolutely.
I don't think I have not called a matchup between those two on the hardwood. Strawn for 3, in and out. Rebound skied away. Here comes another foul.
Good game, though. Good game.
Student section heading for the exits.
Yep.
As this one is going to come to a close. Charlotten's going to shoot 2 here.
Kind of fun, though. Really good student sections tonight, right? That made it even more entertaining.
Southeast Polk will go to Waukee next. Then they'll go to Des Moines Lincoln. Watch out. That Des Moines Lincoln team's tough. Then they get Marshalltown, then Ankeny, then Northwest. Valley will take on Northwest, Dowling Catholic, Urbandale, Centennial, and then Norwalk. here at home. Strawn's three-pointer is good, and unfortunately for Valley fans, if you didn't miss the dunks, you're a winner tonight. 8 points off missed dunks tonight for Valley. That was the difference. Southeast Polk wins 68-62. Both these two teams very talented. I guarantee the rematch is going to be just as good.
Absolutely, really a fun one. Glad we got to see this one tonight. I think you're going to see good things from both these basketball teams. You know, there was a lot of highs, a couple lows for both sides of it that kept the game really entertaining and interesting. But really well coached and hard-nosed teams. Going to be fun to watch their progress.
I want to thank our entire production staff. Gavin with the camera on the floor. Sam and Marion here on camera upstairs. Our producer Rachel. He's Chris Larson. I'm Blake Walker. We say so long. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week for more high school basketball hoops here in the CIML. You've been watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. Southeast Polk defeats Valley 68-62. Good night, everyone.